This, dragons. This, beasts. This, rocks. Megalith is one of the strangest decks in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a rock-based ritual archetype that doesn't use any ritual spells. It completely bypasses one of the core elements of its own mechanics, allowing Duelists to ritual summon using only monster effects. And not only that, but many of these effects can be activated during the opponent's turn, meaning that Megaliths can drop a boulder on you while you're still trying to make your opening move. No, nothing else in the game plays quite like Megaliths. And perhaps that's for the best, because despite how cool this deck is, and despite getting boosted with several new support cards, Megalith still hasn't seen any competitive success, outside of Genesis format. To find out why, I spent a whole month climbing the Master Duel ladder with Megalith, learning its combos, testing its synergies, and seeing how it stacks up against the likes of Canine and Yummy. I'm Hardleg Joe, if ya didn't know, and this is the Megalith Experience.
Oh, I wonder what he's dreaming about.
Shut up, Meg.
And welcome back to Ladder Climb, Mega fans. As the intro said, we are playing Megalith, and it's gonna be a hell of a month, I tell you what. Because not only is Megalith not a very strong deck, it's an archetype of 2-card combos in a format of 1-card combos. But if you can't tell, I'm a little under the weather. I'm still suffering from a cold. I have a sore throat. I've got some coughing or whatever. And while I would like to just sort of like put this aside, maybe wait till I feel better, unfortunately February is a short month. And if I wait too long, the ladder will reset before I have time to do the whole streams that I want to do. So I'm toughing it out for your sake. I hope you appreciate it. And you know, if you really like these videos, if you've been watching a lot of them, consider joining the Patreon. There's a link down in the description. You can join for as little as $2 a month. It's not all that much to you, but it all adds up for me. I'd especially appreciate it because I don't take any sponsorships on this channel. You know, I just got whatever YouTube ad revenue is and the Patreon. Anyway, let's get into this actual deck. So because Megalith is not really good, because we're probably not going to make it all the way into Master 1 regardless of what deck we're gonna play, we're just gonna be goofy with it. We're going to experiment with all the different kind of things that you can do with Megalith. Being a ritual archetype, it has access to a wide smattering of various ritual support. There's so many different variants of Megalith, from pure versions to Mitsurugi versions to 60-card ritual piles. To start with though, we're gonna keep it really simple with pure Megalith. And I'm doing this mostly just so you can get an understanding of how the deck works and how it functions just on its own, because it's a little different from most ritual archetypes. Most notably, it doesn't have any ritual spells. The archetype is almost entirely monsters, with its main gimmick being that the monsters themselves can ritual summon. You've got high level ones, these level 8s, they can all discard themselves in order to ritual summon a monster, and then these level 4s, while they're on the field, they can ritual summon using themselves and then summon something out of your hand. Themselves and something else if you want to get one of the higher level ones. Fool can ritual summon a card from the deck as a quick effect, which makes it amazing. Fool Lock, the new card, can ritual summon from the graveyard as a quick effect. So you've got a whole lot of options, but unfortunately, even though they've taken one card out of the equation when it comes to ritual summons, you still need at least 2 cards to do anything in this deck, which, as I said earlier, puts it behind the curve for most Yu-Gi-Oh decks. They do have some things that are almost like 1-card starters, like this lets you discard a card to search 2 cards. Unfortunately, you still need like 1 ritual spell in the form of a monster, 1 monster to summon, and then something else you can use as tribute. So it's still like a 1.5 2-card combo, essentially. So we're not gonna be doing great, but I do have at least 1 combo I can show you to kind of give you an idea of how this deck operates. So I'm going to jump into the solo mode and I'm going to show you how that works before we jump onto the ladder. Alright, so this is a pretty decent hand for starting out, and one thing about this deck is that even though it doesn't have one card combos, it does still have some modern design elements, which means like, if you open with cards that do combo together, you can actually plus quite a bit in this deck. So we have a lot of options with a hand like this, it's actually pretty great. However, just to show you, to strip it down, make it very basic, let's assume that all we have is like Anastasis and this plus any other card. I guess it's technically a 3-card combo because we are going to have to discard something. But Anastasis is one of our best starters, assuming it doesn't get ashed. You can discard 1 card, add 2 Megaliths. So I'm going to discard the Maxi. Normally wouldn't do this, but I don't want it to keep asking me. We can add 2 Megaliths, a low level and a high level. The low level we're going to pick is Fool, and the high level we're going to pick is Araton. So we just add both of those. So Araton, like all the high-level Megaliths, can be discarded from the hand in order to ritual summon. So we're going to ritual summon Fool, and this is why you needed one other monster. It can be pretty much any monster in the deck except for, I think, Droll and Lockbird, because they're all at least 2 stars. But for this instance, we're just going to use Notraplura. This does also have a hand effect that we should have activated, but again, we're just assuming this is like anything. So Chainlink 1. This will grab back the card that you used for Ritual Summon, and it will gain its level, so it will be a level 8. This says when you Ritual Summon a Megalith, you can activate one of these 2 effects. Either tribute a monster your opponent controls, or draw 2 and discard 1. I think in a real duel, we would want to wait to activate this until we've searched a little bit, but I'm just going to activate it now, just to get it out of the way. But this is really good. It doesn't seem like much, but it really helps you dig through the deck and get you stuff like the Droll and Lock, like the Ash Blossom and such. Let's go and discard the Droll for now. And then this will get that back. Now Fool can ritual summon from the deck using the card we just added back to our hand, and we're gonna get Ophiel, which I just call the Angel. And again, we probably could use these other cards. I'm assuming we still just had the like 3 that we opened with. So we're gonna get Ophiel. Ophiel, when ritual summoned, searches any Megalith monster. And we're going to get Haggith. Ophiel can ritual summon on the field using itself, and since these are both level 4s, you basically just tribute 1 for the other. So Haggith goes away, or Ophiel goes away, Haggith comes out. Haggith searches a Megalith spell trap. If you don't already have this, like there's other combos that you can do that will eventually get you to Haggith, and then Haggith gets you to Anastasis. But in this case, we're just going to grab Emergence. Emergence is a trap that says you can target a Megalith in your graveyard, special summon it in defense, but place it on the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field, even if this card leaves the field. In fact, you know what, let's show why is Diviner in this. In addition to getting us started, we can like Diviner, use Diviner, send Herald of the Arclight while it's still legal, use its effect to add any Megalith from the deck. Let's just grab like another Araton or whatever. And now that this is a level 6 tuner and this is a level 4, we have an easy way to make Barone de Fleur. If you had any other monster, like if you'd rather give up your Ash Blossom, you can normal summon it and make something like a Dynamondo, and that represents removal. And obviously we have this, which is also removal. I'm not going to set it just to show you what this like 2 cards would end on. So then as soon as their turn starts, we're going to activate Emergence, and we're going to summon back the Haggith. Our opponent is on, like, zombies or whatever. And the important thing about this is Fool is a quick effect during either player's main phase. You can ritual summon. So they're going to get a zombie out. They're going to get another zombie out. Let's imagine those are actually, like, important cards that actually do something. So what Fool can do is tribute itself, since it's 8 stars, and get Bethor. Bethor is one of our main things of removal. And obviously, we could use this in our hand if we wanted to. If we didn't make Barone, we could have kept those monsters and used them. But it's fine. Use Bethor. And when Bethor is summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of ritual monsters in the graveyard with different names and destroy them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means we could have waited for them to extend even a little further, because we have essentially like a full board wipe. And then if they had something else, or we had another way to ritual summon, again, this triggers even during the opponent's turn. So we could also tribute 1 monster your opponent controls that's non-targeting, non-destruction removal, which is great for getting rid of stuff that can't be destroyed. In this case, though, because we have no other way to really ritual summon at the moment, we're just going to draw and discard again, and hope we can get our way into a hand trap. So we draw 2, this isn't doing anything, so we'll just send that off. Bethor pops everything, and that hopefully ends their turn. Plus this, plus if we set this, we could summon a negate, because the level 12 monster is a negate on the field. And then how we close out the game, right, is during the next turn, if Bethor is in the grave, or Fool is in the grave, we bring Fool back. Fool uses its effect. We tribute the Bethor we just summoned for Hardleg. Bada bing. And Hardleg says, monsters you control gain 300 for every ritual in the graveyard. It doesn't matter if they have the same name or not. 300 doesn't seem like a lot, but with how much you're drawing and discarding, with how much you're ritual summoning, like, we'll just toss another Bethor in the graveyard. Everything gets up to ludicrous attack stats really quickly. Like, this Fool that started with 500 attack now is a 2,000 beater with 3,500 defense. So if we can clear the field off and stop them from getting things for one turn, it's not that difficult to attack in for gain. A cold wind moon... A cold wolf howls or something. I don't know, if I was sick, I could think of something ominous to say there. That was a neat sound effect, but yeah, that's essentially the deck. And like I said, we've got a little bit of a toolbox. The Araton in our hand is also kind of a negate. It can be discarded as a quick effect to summon. We have quick effects that summon out of the graveyard, but it's mostly just relying on Bethor and the level 12 that is a negate. Usually we can get to both of those if we have like a full hand and we use everything, but that's like the minimum we can do, assuming we don't get stopped. Will we get stopped? Probably. This is modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But we'll try that, and if it doesn't work, if we're not doing too well, there's, again, so many things we can add in. For now, though, let's jump onto the ladder and see how pure Megalith handles the modern game. Standard Season 50 has begun. All right, duel number 1. And we're going first, which is first hurdle overcome. We can go second. We even do have the potential for turn 0 plays, but they are unlikely. Now, test number 2 is, do they have Maxi? Fortunately, Maxi is going to 1 tomorrow. But for today, we're going to have to deal with what we're dealing with. Okay, so first things first, let's reveal this in our hand. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to Megalith ritual monsters. That's pretty useful, right? And then we're going to use Araton. We're going to summon Haggith using Bethor. So Haggith here. Haggith effect. And again, they can't respond to any of this. Let's get our Royal Anesthesis. And if they have Droll, that also stops us. Foolos doesn't really stop us. In fact, we can do this right now to play around it, kinda. This lets us ritual summon from the deck, but we have to tribute twice the levels. Ash Blossom. Okay. So that kinda sucks, but at least we've baited out the Ash Blossom with this, which means we can activate this and use the discard without worrying about it getting, like, hit. I also don't think we're going to be summoning out of the deck for the rest of the turn, maybe once, if we really wanted to. So now that we got this, we can discard to add 2. So we're going to get Fool, and I think we get another Araton. Okay, then Haggith activates. We can summon the Fool using itself. Get that on the field. That'll activate Chain Link 1. Oh, I should have made this Chain Link 2, actually. We'll get this back. Chain Link 2, we'll draw 2, discard 1. Yeah, if I had made this Chain Link 2, they wouldn't be able to chain to it because we've already done this. Yeah, we really should have done that. Effect Veiler. We can activate this now. That will give them 1 draw, but I think it's worth it. We just go straight into the Haggith. Yeah. I think. Yeah, we go straight into Haggith. So we summon this. That gets Veilered. We draw 2, we discard 1. That is negated for this turn, but that's fine. Hagith is going to get us the trap. Yeah. Then we're going to normal summon Diviner. I'm going to try to use this effect. We're going to send Herald of the Arclight. Herald is going to get us this thing that we wanted. Ooh, or no, let's go for Fulak. Fulak can summon out of the graveyard. Because we don't want to make Barone here and give them another draw. What do they have? Another Veiler? Did they draw into the Droll and they just don't want to... Oh, I've already used that effect. Damn. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit. I forgot, so this effect to Ritual Summon is a hard once per turn, but the if it's Ritual Summon, search a spell trap is not. So yeah, we're gonna do this. Alright, and then we're gonna pass. Ah. Yeah, I think we have to just negate that now, right? Because otherwise they'll have like 3 chain links and they'll block and we won't be able to do anything. Continue your main phase? No, we'll just pass. Okay, and if that's the case, then we just use the Barone and we get back another ritual out of our grave. If we can. Yeah, we get back a Hagith. Max C. That is unfortunate. Okay, we can use this now. Return that, and if you do, special summon. Okay, so that will return either way. Well, we could summon it now just to give them no draw. I think that might be the way to go. Just deny them the resource. Ghost Bell. Oops, all hand traps. Question is, can they do it with... Yeah, they have all the 1-card starters in the world. Bethor in a Dream, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, these like pop when they do stuff, right? Set 1 Dracotail, then destroy a spell trap. Yeah, and then it negates on Disruption. Yep, that's just everything, unfortunately. And yeah, that's a, you know, deck's cool, it can do a lot of stuff, but unfortunately Dracotail can afford to play 5 hand traps and a 1-card starter, and with Max E legal, they can draw into their best cards. Yeah, I think we do this anyway. I think we just try to wall up and hope we get enough stuff. So we use the card in our hand. We summon Ophiel. Oh yeah, they get a draw too. Yeah, it'll be negated by Malulu regardless, unless they negate the Fool. Yeah, and they negate the Ophiel and they get that back. Yep, it's unfortunate. We just don't have quite enough. We have quite a bit of gas, but it's not enough to get past this thing where, like, they can fuse, and every monster both destroys one of my cards and searches them a card, while also getting them stuff back. That's just way too much card advantage, and we don't have any way to recover because we need 2 cards to do anything. So I'll call it there, but, like, there you go. You kind of understand why this maybe doesn't work as well. Yep. That don't do anything, sadly. Ooh, interesting. So we can actually pop 2 cards during the opponent's turn. We've got the turn 0 play. It uses like everything we have, but we could do it. So they get a Sky Striker spell back. That's fine. This is only during the main phase. Gotcha. Alright, so it's possible this isn't even Sky Striker, because a lot of people use this engine just to get a free link to. Hello, Yummy. Yeah, you know what? Let's try it here. Go Araton. We're going to special summon Bethor using the Notre Plura. That summons this right from the hand. And then Bethor's effect will be able to destroy the Yummy and the Link one. And if they don't have another Yummy in hand... Oh, can they just make another Link one? Al Mirage, do they have another Yummy? Oh? Huh. No. I'd prefer if you didn't. Hey, we won one! With the turn 0 plays, even. I mean, we didn't have any follow-up, you know, if they passed on that, all we'd have is like a 1500 attacker, but at least we didn't go quietly into the night, you know? 1 in 5 duels. Hey. Alright, so we're only 5 duels in, but so far, things have not been going well. We've got 4 losses and 1 win. I don't want to switch decks yet, because we're still in Diamond 5, so it's not like we can D-rank. So I figured we'd just switch up the deck a little bit to make it a little bit more powerful. We added in the Typhon. I was really missing this in one duel. We've added a level 12 Synchro we can make with like an 8 and a Diviner of the Herald that has sent something. And then we took out 1 each of the Ophiel and the Haggith because they're the most bricky of the bricky cards. And we've replaced them with 1 copy of Perulia because we have it, and 1 copy of Retaliating Sea. This is just a level 4 hand trap that we can use as the entire tribute for like a Fool or an Ophiel or a Haggith. And it's also a hand trap that specifically does do things to stop Dracotail and Mitsurugi, which is what we've been running into the most. So we'll see if this switches things up a little bit. We could also maybe remove like another Bethor, maybe even like an Unformed, even though that's kind of a combo starter. I don't know, we need a lot of stuff. Or maybe we could go up into like a 50 or 60 card build, but this is 1.5. Let's jump in and see if it does any better. Haha, ho ho. This is not a brick. Although if they have Ash, we have the cross out, so we're good. Let's activate this. Let's activate the effect. I'm gonna discard that, try to add 2. They're reading for the first time, probably. Yep, Ash Blossom, right on schedule. But fortunately, we have one of 2 things that stops that. Go, Ash Blossom. Get out of here. Behold, Royal Ash. Mine counters yours in the rarity battle. Phaleg can activate as a ritual spell, so we get this. And then we make everything spell speed 4. Hello there. I do like this new brand of cards that's effect is just like, reveal itself. It's just basically like, prove to your opponent that you're playing Megaliths, and then you can continue. So we summon Phaleg. Phaleg effect. Let's grab this back. I did that in the wrong order, so we're not going to activate this yet. I want to be able to chain block it. Then we're going to get the Ophiel. Let's do this. Then we can chain link 1, draw a card. Chain link 2, search a card. So we're going to get Agith. Draw 2. Yeah, I think we get rid of the Araton for now. I'm going to use this to get the Haggith far away from Fool, because he's a little creeped out by the devil. By a little, like, demon-y guy, you know. And we're going to get Emergence. Yeah. Yeah, we got 2 hand traps. We got the ability to do either the Negate or the Bethor, depending on what the opponent has. We didn't get hit with the turn 0 Dracotail play, so that's good. We can Maxi right here. Karibo, the Fairy Spirit. Another card you control would be destroyed by a card effect. Return this card you control to the hand. Okay. This the Ancient Fairy Dragon stuff, or is this part of, like, some yummy board? A Light Beast Planter Fairy. Yeah, it could be Light Beasts. Link Karibo, okay. Yeah, it's that. Okay. We're going to do this. So we're going to activate this. Because it's level 12, we can use itself as the full tribute to summon the other level 12. So we're going to get the Notriplura. That's a negate. And then this will activate, allowing us to tribute the Yummy off the field. So Yummy goes goodbye. Target a Yummy in the graveyard and summon it. Yeah, let's negate that. Thank you, Sempain, for the prime hype. And there we go! Hey, we actually made it through. I mean, we had to get Max C. That really helped quite a bit. Although we didn't draw anything off Max C that, like, you know, slammed us through the game. And we do draw trying to get into Max C. But, you know, there you go. We tributed a monster and got an Omni Negate. That's pretty neat, right? And we got to summon a big, spooky statue gargoyle. Going first makes me feel alive. I go first, and I hope I don't brick. Maybe if I brick, then I'll lose. I'm letting destiny choose. Alright, so let's start with this and see if we can bait out some interaction, shall we? We go Diviner. You got an Ash or an Imperm. You use it here. Okay. Yep, that's fine. So then we're going to reveal this in hand. What up? I'm going to use Araton. I'm going to summon this using this, because I want to make it level 12 again. Level 12 if possible. So we get that. Then we can use this effect. Go this into Ophiel. Ophiel get Haggith. Activate. Get the Haggith. Use that. Get... Do we get Anastasis? Yeah. Get Anastasis. Activate. Use this. We're going to discard that. We're going to get Fulak. And another copy of Araton. Then we can use this to summon Fulak. Fulak will grab us back a card from our graveyard, while also triggering the Anastasis, so we can draw 2, discard 1. I did that in the wrong order again, so they can respond if they have one, which they don't. Oh, we already got it. Yeah, we'll discard that, and then we'll add this back. And then I was going to Fulak, summon back the Haggith using this. So this gets us a lot more options. We can use the, at this point, we get the portal. The portal says the first time each ritual summon monster would be destroyed. It is not. During your opponent's turn, tribute this, target a ritual, special summon it. Okay, so we don't want this one yet. I think we just go for IP. So we've got IP. This can bring back the Fulak, and this can summon the Notraplura, or we could use Araton. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of options. This is like 5 or 6 disruptions, I think. Do they has anything? They're reading a lot. Okay. Rahu Dracotail. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna Fool now.
Another one.
Ash Blossom. In that case, we're going to Araton. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon the Notraplura using the Fool. So that gets us a negate. That gets ashed. The Rahu goes. And then we're about to trigger a whole bunch of shit once they make their decision. They think they're in the tank on this one. Okay, there we go. Ah, I see. So both of those for the Arthelion. Chainlink 1 that, Chainlink 2 that, Chainlink the Arthelion. Oh, we can't negate here. That sucks. Okay. So we're gonna tribute their monster, and then we're going to get something back. And I think what we want back is... yeah, just one of our level 8s. Because the spell says if we ritual summon, we can do that. And then we're going to activate this and use the effect now to get back Fulak. Give them some decisions. So Emergence brings back the Fulak. This adds back that. Anastasius tributes off the Arthelion. They get back that. Then Urgula sets a card and does what else? Destroy a spell trap. All my spell traps have activated, so it sucks to lose them, but it's not going to make that big of a deal. Then they get to draw one. Damn, that sucks. I think we just negate this. So the Notra stops that from activating. They can't fusion again. Except they have another one. Yep, we just gotta allow that, unfortunately. They really thinking. The editor's probably cutting through a lot of this, but it feels like we've been waiting a combined, like, 5 minutes for them to just, like, decide how they want to do these effects. Okay, special summon Cartesia. Alright. It is before the end of the main phase. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go ahead. Because they can attack over this, they can't attack over Fulak. And we're just gonna SP. We're going to use SP to banish the Arthelion so it doesn't come back. Fusion summon. Okay, I don't think you can fusion summon with the stuff you have in your hand, although if you do, hopefully it'll use everything. During the main phase, you can ritual summon one from your graveyard, so we can get the Bethor out of our graveyard using this. Set a Dracotail. Yeah. So we're going to do this now. And they're going to surrender! Hey, there we go. But yeah, we summon Bethor from the graveyard using the stuff in our hand, and then we can pop the Arthelion plus whatever they set, leave them on one card plus Cartesia with the SP coming back. So, you know, if you go first, and they can't stop you, and you get like the God Hand, you could do some crazy shit with this deck. It's just not often that happens. But it's neat. It's really neat. Oh, for real? I'm winning enough to rank up? I didn't think this would happen. I'm not ready. I'm too tired to put on the sunglasses and whatever. But if we can rank up one time despite me being sick, I'll consider this a victory. For a second I was like, did we brick? We did not brick. We almost bricked. If they have Ash for this, we've bricked. But it doesn't look like it. So we will use the Ophiel because when this is summoned, it gets back a Megalith. So you always want to use a Megalith if you can because then it's just free. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so we use this. Yeah, we just get Haggith, right? Straight for Haggith, use this. So Haggith arrives on the scene. He says, hey, what's up? Let me get Anastasis. Let's activate Anastasis. Yeah, we'll activate this. We'll discard the Ophiel. We'll get Fulak and this fucker. Just in case they have anything else, we'll reveal for fun. Activate Haggith. Summon the Fulak using itself. Fulak comes out. Chainlink 1. Draw 2, discard 1. Chainlink 2, grab back something. I think we grab back the Unformed. That'll be useful again next time. Ooh, it's a lot of good options. I think we send this off with what we have. Okay, then we normal summon the Diviner. Use Diviner of the Heralds. We're going to send off Herald of the Arclight. We're going to grab a Bethor. We do it this way. So we're going to summon this out of the graveyard using itself and the Bethor. So there's one Omni Negate with the Nothrapura. And then because we have the Emergence, we can bring back the Fool during their turn. So we can use that now to make bar on the floor. Then we can set this, and end our turn. And yeah, just as soon as their turn starts, we want to go ahead, use this effect, and bring back, unless they got something to stop that. Red Reboot. Nothing we can do there, folks. Okay, so that means we've just got 2 Omni Negates to try to stop this, plus Nibiru. This is Ritual Summon exactly twice its level. Yeah, we stopped that. Add a Primite. Yeah, that's fine. 2,000, get a normal card. Neos. Ecclesia, the Virtuous. That allows them to make a level 12 Synchro. Psychic End Punisher. Are we just dead? I think we're just dead. Yep, that's a big pep. But our monsters are also really big. Sea Monster of Theseus. The continuous spell, that doesn't stop them. I think that's still not enough because our dudes are too big. And they also didn't attack for some reason. Okay. Fortunately, chat, we do have an out to this. Also, no, you're not allowed to do that. Just keep that in there forever. They didn't attack, so the life point difference remains big. I see, I see. So, first things first, let's blow up this. Let's try activating this again. Use the effect. Bring back Fool. I don't think this gives us enough attack, especially because I think they can boost it up again. But we can almost threaten them. Yeah, we'll just draw 2. Discard 1. Normal summon. No you don't. And then, just for such an occasion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Underworld goddess, arrive forth! The world is closed for you, friend! And with that, we rank up into Diamond 4 with pure Megalith. With not even like the greatest stuff. And I guess this is something I should have mentioned earlier. I can't believe I forgot. Well, yeah, I can, because I'm not feeling all that great. But we're using the profile picture of the Miracle Raven, which if you don't know is some pretty good ritual support. Allows you to do a whole bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't, like, it still works with Megalith, and we might try it out later, but all it really does is give us, like, another potential starter, and so far we haven't bricked. Our problem is going second and not having enough ways to play through Disruption. So that's why we're not playing that. We're not playing Aslan 1000 or whatever its name is, because we don't have different types of rituals. There's a lot of, like, incantations. I just don't know what we would take out. There's a lot of stuff we could play in here that we're not yet, so we have other ways to get to it. It's not that I'm unaware of this, or necessarily even that this is bad. I just, I was going to save it for when we needed it, and so far, we haven't needed it, but we'll see how it goes as we continue.
Hey! Shut up, Meg.
Oh, so it's just gonna be the same?
Yep. Yeah.
And welcome, Rocks and Rocks, to stream number 2 of the Megalith Ladder Climb. Not very much time has passed since you seen me last, you know, it's just a day and I've been mostly recovering. I am feeling a little better, maybe you can tell my voice isn't quite as strained. Although it is still strained, I am still coughing, I am still tired, but I think I'm on the mend. Hopefully by next stream, everything will be better. As for Yu-Gi-Oh news, a whole lot of shit has changed since the last stream. We got a new ban list, which we'll mention a little bit later. We got the 4th anniversary event under the way, so there's a whole bunch of like packs, SP stuff, IP stuff mostly. We got a couple new secret packs, and perhaps most importantly, a new selection pack, Strike of Justice, which contains the Junk Warrior stuff that no one cares about, the Boral Load stuff, which I think is neat, but I realize that most people don't care about, probably not going to have much of a meta impact, the Canine stuff, which will absolutely be a meta impact. This is a deck that has been splashed into a whole bunch of other decks and archetypes. I think Yummy Canine is a thing, or like Vanquish Soul Canine, Canine Crystron, there's so many things, so we will probably be seeing these cards, which is a pity because I still have not read all the canines. We're going to be having fun discovering that together. And also the new Vanquish Soul support is out. Holly Sue is one of the most busted pieces of legacy support in a while. It just like summoned, it's just a turn 0 play. It summons itself during the opponent's turn and like steals a monster or summons a Vanquish Soul from the deck, and all the Vanquish Souls have quick effects by revealing stuff in your hand. So we'll have a lot of that. Oh yeah, there's new Live Twin stuff, but I don't think that'll be very impactful. I think there's been some regional tops with that, so we might see it, but I wouldn't imagine it would be as pervasive as something like Canine or Vanquish Soul is. So we've got a whole new meta to contend with, which is kind of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it's a whole bunch of new stuff that we're going to have to learn, a whole bunch of new power level that we're going to have to contend with, but also, in my previous experience, there's going to be a lot of people who are new to the decks, who don't understand how to play them right, who are still learning the ins and outs, and oftentimes we can steal a lot of wins with a subpar deck just on the back of people making mistakes. As for the deck we're playing today, we're sticking with pure Megalith, but we're bumping it up to a 50 card version. A lot of the builds that I've seen of Megalith are sort of these ritual slop variants that play just like 50 or 60 cards and have so many starters and so many hand traps that your ratio of good cards to garnets is kind of like outweighed. You can just play all these things, be kind of unpredictable, and have so much gas or so many hand traps that your opponent can't do anything. This does occasionally make you more prone to bricking if you draw like nothing but hand traps or 0 hand traps when you're going second. But there is like some strategy behind this, and some competitive people have been able to make these big pile decks work. That being said, we're not really throwing in the whole toolbox of ritual stuff. Specifically, we're not including like Mitsurugis or Necros or Drytron, any of the other major ritual archetypes. The only thing we have is incantations, and really this is just another way to search megaliths. You reveal this in your hand, you discard a card, and then you can search an incantation card from the deck, summon it, and not only search a megalith, but get this on the field. We're also playing the new Miracle Raven card. This thing can like ritual summon itself from the Pendulum Zone, can be used as the full tribute or the full material for any ritual monster. And also when it is tributed, you get to search another ritual card. So just a whole bunch of advantage that way. And then we've got this card that searches it, Readying of the Rites. We're playing 3 of that, and 2 preparations of rites. And then as far as hand traps, we're just on 3 Perulia now, plus 2 Droll and Lockbird. So a pretty strong 50 card build. I think these are decent ratios. Although you may have noticed one thing. This is a 50 card list, and there are 51 cards. And that's because Max C, if we go to standard, has been limited to 1. And you know, I'd like to take this moment to say on camera, fuck Max C. This stupid ass card needs to be banned. I hope that this is a sign of things to come, that this is one step closer to the edge, and it's about to break. So take this moment, I'd say to give a salute, but you know what? Give a big middle finger. Fuck you, Max C. Rot in hell. I'm tired of seeing you. Get out of here. You will not be missed. Rest in piss. Anyway, now we got a 50 card deck. Let's jump on the ladder and see what it does. Alright, okay. Let's start with Readying the Rites. Add a Fiend Ritual from your deck to your hand. And then, if you added a Pendulum, you can special summon a Sacrificial Token. So we get this, we get a token. Call me Willie Nelson, because I'm token. And then we put this in the Pendulum Zone, and we're going to Ritual Summon itself by tributing the token. So, let's get that. So next we're going to Chalice Lime. We discard the Perulia because it's useless. So we're going to get this. Use this effect. And we're going to use it to get... Oops. Well, we got to it anyway. Okay, so we're going to activate Araton. We're going to summon the Haggith using the Talismandra on the field. Hello there. We're going to get Anastasis. We're going to activate the Anastasis. Let's go ahead, discard this. Get Fool and Nothra. We'll go ahead and reveal this so they just can't, like, respond to anything. Summon Ophiel. Chainlink 1 Anastasis. Chainlink 2 Ophiel. I don't know what we search here, though. Actually, we'll get this. Draw 2, discard 1. Yeah, I think we keep the Ash. So, now we Ophiel. Let's get Fool. Hostile Azul, I am the Fool. Actually, what I should do... Yeah, we'll get back this so it's level 8. And we're going to go ahead and use Bethor, because I've got something. And we're going to summon the Nothra Plura using the Miracle Raven, because it can be used as the entire tribute. And then when that's tributed, we get to search another ritual card. And I think with what we have, we just want to go for another Chalice Slime, because everything else... Oh, we've already got this, so let's just get as many things as we can get. Okay. Then we're going to use this. We're going to summon Fool Lock using the Araton. Fool Lock is going to get back... Yeah, this. And then Fool Lock is going to summon back the Haggith. So we can get that sweet ritual, or that sweet trap card. Where's it at? There we go. So this gives us like so many options. We can bring back the Fulak and then use that to get the Bethor from the graveyard. We can get the Bethor from the deck. We already have the negate on board. So we could even normal summon the Ash, but I think we want to just keep the Ash in hand. Yeah, and this is like high level. Yeah, I think I'll just play it safe and keep this on the field. But this is probably one of the best boards this hand can make, or the best board this deck can make. Can add one Dracotail monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and that's what we're going to negate. Yep, and then there's the Ash for that. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, I was trying to think, because we don't have a whole lot of disruptions. Araton is also negate, only if they target something. But that, in the case of Dracotail, I think what I would have tried to do if they had continued was just summon Bethor from the deck now by tributing the Araton in hand, and then use the trap to get back the Fulak out of the graveyard, and use that to summon the Araton from the graveyard. And that way we have a whole bunch of defense, a whole bunch of ritual monsters, and an additional negate for the things they have. Tier 1 deck, by the way. Again, it's, I almost said this at the beginning. I was like, we can either do like a brick counter or a go first counter. I think how often we go first is going to track really close with how often we win. The only reason we did bricks instead is because we did a go first counter last time. Yep, that sucks. We won 2 coin tosses and couldn't capitalize on it. Those are our only chances to win, chat. Every head we get now is a tails later, which sounds lewd, but I assure you it's not. Okay. And unfortunately, I need both of these to resolve to do anything, so they've got to just not have Ash at all. Actually, I think we're good. And what we need to go for is the Chalice Slime, actually. Then we can activate the Chalice Slime. They Ash that. Yeah, I think we just wait on 2 Perulias. Like, we just activate the Perulia. We wait. Okay, one has resolved, and then we do the other one. You don't want to chain both of them to each other, because then the called by hits both. So now if they summon anything out of the hand, we get 2 cards. And it's Yummy, which summons out of the hand a lot. Alright. They can't Perulia us, so unless they have the one of Maxi, I think we can discard the Ash Blossom. We don't really want to discard anything else. I feel like everything else is useful here. Yeah, so we'll try this again. Fortunately, the discard isn't until afterwards. Normal Herald. I didn't want to use the Herald because they know we have this, so I wanted to use the thing they know first. Otherwise, they might save interaction. So we send the Arclight. Arclight gets us a ritual. Unless they... You had called by and you chose not to Perulia. Interesting. Well... We don't go quietly into the night, but if they have any Yummy card, we just lose. They probably don't have any plays. Yeah, that seems likely. Maybe they just didn't draw... Maybe they don't draw any Yummies, chat. Maybe the hand is Yummyless. Oh, hell yeah. Of course, the question is then, if the hand is Yummyless, is the 3rd Ash? Is that what we're looking at? Okay, at least I can... Persistence, chat. This is why you don't give up, even after all your plays get stopped. You have to wait till they actually go off. A true battle of wits. Alright, so I'm kind of glad that that first duel really showed off the power of what Ritual Raven can do, because after that, it has been pretty awful, unfortunately. The thing about it is as I've said many times before, it's just not a 1-card combo, but especially with that, it does so much for so many other Ritual decks, but in Megalith specifically, you not only need to have Ritual Raven, but you still need something you can ritual summon and a monster to use as the material for it. Like, it doesn't search anything until you ritual summon, and so far we just haven't been able to resolve it or actually summon with it most of the time. So we went ahead and took that out. The Chalice Slime package I think is a little better, if nothing else, because it baits out Ash without discarding. Like, it discards as part of the effect instead of cost, unlike Anastasis. So like we can activate this, and if they ash it, we just keep whatever's in hand, and then we can like activate this. That being said, I brought this down to 1, and we're only playing the 1 Talismandra. And then we've got 2 Preparations of Rites. This searches the slime, so it's like we're still playing 3, but if we already have it, or we've already used this, or we just in general, if we want a different Megalith, we can search this out. I also realized that like the deck, at least the pure one, was working a lot better when we had a whole bunch of Megaliths in the deck, because then you would run into situations where you could use Araton on something and have something else in hand. So I think it's better to bump the Araton back up to 3. Bethor was still keeping it 2, but we're having this. This could be Bethor or Araton if we want. Or it could be this, which gets us Araton while putting something on the field. So we're bunching it down. It's still slightly bigger. In fact, I shouldn't call it 50 card Megalith. We're just going to call it pure big Megalith. Or maybe Bigalith. That's kind of a funny name, right? We're playing Bigalith. So Bigalith with just a shit ton of hand traps. It's also possible that like even the version we were playing before wouldn't have been good just because the new cards have been tearing us apart. Canine is a really bad matchup against us because it negates cards that activate in the hand, which is most of the Megaliths. And the Vanquish Soul in general is just very strong and kind of resistant to a lot of the hand traps that we're playing. Plus, we still getting hit with like Droll and Lockbird and stuff like that, which really hurts us. But we've shaved the deck down a little bit. I think this might do a little bit better. We'll try this out for the rest of the stream, maybe make a few more changes. And then next stream, almost certainly, we'll start adding in other archetypes. Watch out, Batman! Or not. Well. Oh? I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I guess that was a clownly power used by our opponent. They seem to be the jester of fate. The carver of cruel jokes. Are you laughing, chat? Why aren't you laughing? Must crush capitalism. Oh, in the like Simpsons way, not in the MBT way. I think this is the longest I've ever seen the swirls. I wonder how long it'll go. I think we might set a new record. This is like the longest yeah boy in history. This reminds me of a story about a bridge. Are you familiar with Canterton, New York, chat? Why, back in the 1850s, it was one of the most sprawling metropolises in the entire state. New York City itself, then still called New Amsterdam, hadn't quite reached its Big Apple status. They called it the Small Apple back then. And Cankerton, well, it was the watermelon. Big and juicy, ripe and delicious, but you don't want to swallow its seed or you'll get a watermelon in your tummy. That's what they used to say back in the day, as if plants could grow inside the stomach lining of a child. How deliciously absurd. But that's just an old wives' tale. You know how it is. Old wives always telling tales. Misogyny was just the style at the time. You see, back then, they didn't think too much about women. Some people still don't, but those people, I don't trust them at all. I've known a smart woman in my day or two. I've kissed a few of them as well, although you probably don't want to talk about that on YouTube. Quite too many stories about that already. As I was saying, Cankerton was the watermelon of New York. It was a hot summer day, and the bridge was sweltering like you wouldn't believe. You see, back then, bridges were mostly made out of cinder blocks. And if you don't know, that's a porous concrete. And when it gets hot, the heat builds up in it, and it physically began to sweat. Now, in this case, They had been using a special type of cement to bond the bricks. It was mixed with red paint. Had to do with a big political bash at the time. One of the ruling parties had the color of red. It wasn't the Republicans. Back then, the Republicans existed, but their state colors were white. Of course, waving a white flag is, it's not a very good sign. Not even back then, and especially not today. And so as a result, they eventually changed it to red. But at the time, red was the color of a little-known party called the Know-Nothings. And despite their name, they were quite popular. Big anti-immigrant sentiment. Weird how that shows up throughout history again and again. But back then, their colors were red, and so they mixed it in with the binding agent for the bridge. And as a result, when the bridge got really hot and it began to sweat in the summer heat, redness, red liquid would come out. And people would say, "Jeepers, jumpin' Jehoshaphat, that bridge is a bleedin'." Good old bleedin' Bridge Johnny, they called him. He walked on down the street. And that's the story of the bleedin' bridge of Kankton, New York. I thought it'd be done by now. I don't know what else to do. Comment in the comments if you like more spontaneous ad-libbery. Editor, I don't know if we're going to include this. Depends on how interesting that thing was. But please put up how long this has been doing this. I want an actual time on it. It feels like it's been forever. Like forever and a day. Certainly it can't have been that long. But we'll see. Either way, I'm calling it now. Oh no. Oh no, chat, I hit the X and it didn't close. It can't be stopped. The swirling will continue forever. This is an advanced kind of hack. They haven't forced me to win the game or to lose the game. Instead, they have trapped me perpetually in a void of my own creation. The swirling green and blue haunting me for the rest of my life. We're here forever, you and me, swirling into the darkness. Do I have to restart my computer? Usually if you click something twice and it still does that, Windows will come up with a thing and be like, it's not responding, but it's not doing that. I've clicked it several times now. Control-Alt-Delete. Let's try that. I'm going to have to open up the task manager. If this doesn't work, the game is possessed. The game is haunted. Okay. Finally. I can still hear it ringing in my ears. The haunting sound of the swirls. I can only hope that when I open Master Duel again, I'm not greeted by the same color. So here's the big question, chat. Did I lose that duel? Yes, I did. That counted as a loss, unfortunately. A sad state of affairs. Yeah, bummer, but I did close it. I guess that's the power of the Joker, chat. The real joke was on me all along. Great. Lose and I'll lose a rank. No! God damn it. The Joker has damned me to this hell. I've barely even gotten a chance to try this new deck. Once again, you know what? We're going to put a loss up there, but once again, that loss gets an asterisk. It's been happening a lot lately. And I opened 0 hand traps. 0 hand traps. And I've got the thing that lets me make 0 turn plays, except I need another monster. So maybe Preparations of Rites isn't the right idea. Maybe I should be playing 3 of the one guy. The Chalice Slime. Because if this was Chalice Slime instead of Preparations, I would be able to do the thing. But because it's a spell card, I can't use it as cost. And it's Vanquish Soul, and they've already got Holly Sue. Okay, we can try it. We'll see. Maybe there's a chance, but probably not. Alright, this doesn't look too good. Or too bad. Let's start with Preparations of Rites. Alright. I can't get No Triplura. Oh wait, no. I can. Yeah, let's do this. They didn't hit me with Droll. I don't think I have to worry about Maxi. So I think if I discard something, I discard this. Okay, yeah, they're just doing that. That negates it. Does it destroy? No, it just negates it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So then we activate this, discard this, and we get Plura. Okay, so then we do this. Now they can't respond to any rituals. So now we Araton, summon Fool, send off Plura, and then we're going to Chainlink 1, tribute a monster, Chainlink 2, get the Plura back. They can't respond to rituals anyway, so I think we get rid of the Raisin, so they can Halisu anyway. Yeah, we just get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, we get this back. So we just tribute you, we activate this, we are going to summon Bethor by sending Notre Plura again in attack mode, because I'm not afraid. Use this. We're going to find out if we can actually do this. Pop the field spell and the Raisin and see if they can negate it. They can. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Then we will use this. We're going to get you. Using you. Haggath effect. Get me the trap. Haggath go. Summon Ophiel. Ophiel effect. Super Fulak. Ophiel. Summon Fulak. Fulak is going to get back a Araton. Borger. Yeah, they know it's coming. And then we're going to Fulak. Fulak, summon back the Notre Plura using itself and the Araton. Big fucker! Draw one card. Yep. Do I just negate that to stop them and hope they don't have Nibiru? I think it's worth it at this point. Just be like, no. And then we battle. We attack over the canine. Okay, we cleared the board, and we've got quite a bit we can do here. So as soon as the turn begins, we're just going to use this, and we're going to bring back the Fulak. That gives us another ritual summon we can make use of. So we've got pop several cards, a non-targeting tribute, and an Omni Negate. They do have like 5 cards. Yeah, I think that's worth the Omni Negate, right? No, I think we do it like this. They didn't summon it in the right thing, so we can do this and move over, and then tribute them afterwards. So we're just going to get Ophiel, yeah. I'm going to get Ophiel here. There's the Halisu. And then we're going to Chainlink 1, Tribute, Chainlink 2, Search. Just keep them off of a monster so they can't easily tag out. And if they tag out beforehand, I choose at resolution, it doesn't target. So they don't get Rock of the Vanquisher, they don't have a normal summon on the field, and the Halisu I can switch out. So let's just add another Araton. It's a good level 8. Get that out of the way. Yeah, I think this seems like a good instance to use this. I think we're actually going to tribute its... Oh wait, we want to summon Bethor. Bethor, and we're going to tribute itself. So they'll get their 2 monsters on board. And then we'll pop both of those monsters before they can use them for anything. Hey, there we go! We beat Vanquish Soul Canine even while going second. Yeah, it was a time limit win, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Hell yeah. Finally, a good game. Well, there we go. Draw phase, Perulia. And a Primite from your hand. Okay. Aether Barrel. Wait, no. Wait, you used it on that? I would have thought you wanted to use the Primite card. But they ain't getting Eyes of Blue. I'd prefer if you didn't, mate. You better start believing in ghost stories. 'Cause you're number 1. Uh-oh. No, we know with the last card it's Ether Barrel. We don't chain this. Tyrant Dragon. This ain't all that impressive. I gotta assume that this is like the, that this is like Drill Beam, and that's why they searched the Primite but didn't summon it. Yeah, Postal Azul, I am the fool. But she came back. Okay. Behold, my chalice. Isn't it slimy? Oh, I was wrong. Okay. Dominus Impulse. Fair enough. As McKaylee would say. Anyway, here's the Araton. Let's go. You're gone. Give me Foolock and give me the Bigman. I will activate, just cuz. We're going Araton, baby. We summon Fool, using the Perulia. The Foolia, in attack mode, because I'm not afraid to die. And then we're going to get back the Araton. So we get that back, we're level 8, we draw 2, we discard the Fool, we keep the Ash Blossom. Yeah, we're going to summon Bethor, using... Oh, wait, I can use... Okay, I can use this. Good. I was worried there for a second. Hello, it's me, Beth. That is a nice field spell you have there. Be a shame if someone popped all of it. Bye-bye. Oh, but you're not affected, are you? You're a big, strong, strapping lad who ain't afraid of no traps. Ophiel will give us Haggith. Ophiel, summon the Haggith. Haggith sounds like I'm saying haggis, but I have a lisp. And then we're gonna get this. It's Super Foolock time. Foolock gets me back a level 8 from the graveyard. It doesn't matter which one, because 8 plus 4 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. So, 4 plus 8. What up, Busta? 3,400 is big, but it ain't bigger than 37. This thing can be destroyed by battle, right? Okay, good. I was a little worried. Target a trap in your graveyard and set it. Oh, it came back. Or it would, if I didn't negate it. I feel kind of bad, because their name is so friendly. They're like, oh, hello. I am playing Blue Eyez, and I have the cute little kitty cat. Would you like to play a nice game with me? And I'm like, no, you're dead. Dead meat. Yeah, so they've got 2 cards. I've got a negate and a pop and a tribute. I don't know what they're going to do. You can set one? Sure. And then we will... Postal Azul, I am the fool. Summon Bethor, using Bethor. Check it out, it's a brand new Bethor. Bethor effects. Pop both of your shiny new cards. And sure, I'll draw some cards too. No, I will not ash my own thing. Yeah, get out of here. Yep, I'm sorry, Hollow. You were nice and friendly, and I'm sure you had a neat deck. Unfortunately, you just didn't quite get it. Yep, one more win and we lose a rank. Unfortunately, this time it's just been on the case of we've lost 4 coin tosses in a row. Now they're making us go first. I don't know if we can beat Tempai or whatever going first. We have some disruption, or sorry, not Tempai, this. Whatever it's called. Yeah, let's start with this. Mikanko, thank you. Let's send Arclight. Let's use Arclight. Yeah, I think we get Fool. Postal Azul, I am the Fool. Let's Bethor. Summon Fool. Using Foolock. We add the Bethor back to our hand. We do this, we get Chalice Mandra. Either way, we lose the Bethor, right? Yeah, this isn't as good as I was hoping. Actually, no, it's better. Okay, so we use this. Oh, it can discard itself? I didn't know that. Yeah, we discard itself. We get this. We use the effect to get Araton just in case. Now, let's go for Notra. Notra Plura. We activate. We activate. We're going to summon Go Haggith. Haggith gets... Maybe we should have brought that back instead. So we're going to make Bar on the floor in defense mode. We're going to set this... fuck, yeah, this really sucks. This is not the good hand that I wanted to get. Yeah, the losing Foolock really hurts. I actually should have gotten the Araton now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, what do you got? I got like 3 points of interaction, maybe 4 if I do them properly. These people usually play like Kaijus, they usually play like Lightning Storm, although Lightning Storm doesn't really hurt us all that much. Okay, that's the Lava Golem. Use the effect, we're gonna bring back the Fool.
I'm back.
Yeah, I think we stop that. That gets the Ash Blossom. And then we can either Bethor for 4, or get an Omni Negate. Fire Dance. Or I can't destroy equip cards. I can't target it. So Bethor's just like gone. So I think what I do actually is just this. We're just going to summon the Plura using the Plura. We'll put it in defense. That's less than 3,000, which we're already taking from Lava Golem. But now if they have double-edged sword or something stupid like that, we can negate it. Question is, do I have non-target? Yeah, I have Underworld Goddess. Green Girl might complicate this. Yeah, we do have non-targeting removal in the form of the continuous spell. Okay, we take 3,000. We're going to take another 1,000 when our turn starts. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. We bring back this. We take 1,000. Achiwa. We activate this. We're going to Fool, summon Fool, using Fool. That puts it back in the deck. Fool comes out. We get back Foolock. Oh, but this will be shuffled into the deck too. Damn it, I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I do think we still summon this out properly. Target face-up monster is equip 1. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna be doing. I don't know what you're doing, but I don't want you to do it. Oh, they targeted me! You fool. You absolute Schmeckledorf. I was trying to play around everything and you just did it for me. You didn't read my cards, did you, buddy? And I think that's game. Unless they got like a statue or something. Yeah, that's 8,700. Yeah, this is negate, and if we negated something that tributed, or that targeted, we can tribute their monster non-targeting. They did it to themselves. But we don't rank down, so there's at least that. The whole time I was trying to configure a way where like, okay, we summon something out and then we get something out. We need to get back into the Haggith and then summon the Haggith back out of the deck. And I think there was a way we could have done that. And then they just did it for us. Let's go. And I feel like we've got enough duels. Again, I know we're not going to hit Master 1 with this deck. Almost certainly. It's just a little too far behind the curve. And I'm not gonna like push myself to try to like, oh, but if we add Fiendsmith and we add Mitsurugi, then we can get there. We Fiendsmith and we Mitsurugi and we really play like the game or the show at this point is just about showing off cool decks. So it's like as long as we get enough duels to fill up the episode, I'm fine. And we've gotten several this time. I don't know why I did that. I don't have enough to, like, do anything. Droll's only 1 level. I guess I'll draw next turn. If I draw any monster, then I haven't bricked. No, I still haven't bricked, because I can use this to get the one thing. I think that's a canine card. Or is that, no, that's Sinful Spoils Deception. Ooh. That's not a great one. If only we can get 20 after this, then we could have 21. Hardleg, I haven't seen you around these parts. Okay, let's preparate our rights. You gotta fight for your rights of preparations. Activate. I think I'll just toss this. He's got such a headache, chat. No Triplura. You gonna let me do this? Everything's spell speed 4 now. Bethor. Tribute. The Talismandra. Well, this is actually not their last chance to look at me, because they can do other stuff. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna activate it. We're gonna summon this. We're gonna use this. We're going to get back the Bethor. Activate. We're gonna get this. I'm doing all sorts of shit. Oh, I could just do this, can't I? Well, shit. Yeah, we've got Bethor in hand at this point. I can't summon Bethor, though. Well, I mean, this is still pretty good. What a wonderful phrase. Yeah, I have to do that. Oh, they targeted me. Oh, you foolish, foolhardy fool. Yeah, we get rid of this because we can attack over this one. Sorry, buddy. Let's attack over this. 1800. They get a Sinful Spoils trap. Unfortunately, I don't think I can ritual anymore this turn. I've used everything. The one would be I really needed to not discard the Phaleg. I'm making some mistakes here, unfortunately. Yeah, we just get rid of this at this point. Then we activate Araton. Yeah, we special summon the Fulak using the Bethor in our hand. And then Chainlink 1, tribute their last monster. Chainlink 2, add something back. So we get back the Phaleg. And then this goes away. Then we can use the Fulak to get back the Haggith. Haggith gets us this. And they let us get far enough. So now we've got a negate, we've got another tribute, and we've got Bethor, and they're pretty low on stuff. We know they've got a trap in hand. I don't know what all the stuff in the graveyard does. They might have more abilities. Oh, it's just a dead card anyway. Yeah, I think we just negate that. Because then they've got Azamina in the 1, so all they can make is a level 1. Yeah, I think this is worth it. Because it'll negate and destroy. Sure. So they get to make exactly one thing. And it can only be like a level 4. Yarusia Lago. Yeah. Ooh. Then they get another card. Sinful Spoils. I forgot they had that there. We do get to pop, like, with the girl, with Bethor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so... Oh, wait, this can make Barone. Okay, I need to do this now. Yeah. Yeah, we Bethor, we hit you, and we don't activate this, because we can still Ritual Summon one more time. We get another Sinful Spoils card. Everything floats. I'm guessing that was the only one they had left. Add a Diabell Star. Then they can set the one and do the Diabell. Then they can set a Sinful Spoils, and they get to draw a card. God. You know what, I'm just gonna do this now. Ah, son of a bitch. I thought this was just a Book of Moon. Fuck. Book of Moon is the other one. Wait, that was the only trap in their graveyard. This needs to banish a spell and a trap. So now they can't bring Vengeance back. Ghost Bell. And there's enough for Barone again. Barone, pop a card. Alright. Attack over the level 4. It's always bar on the floor, isn't it? Normal summon. Use the effect? No, I don't think I will. How do you like it? Chain Link 4, we bring back Fool. Postal Azul. Oh, fuck. I thought I had another Bethor. Oh, I needed to bring back Foolok. Okay, come on, Araton. Anesthesis. Tribute your monster. Battle Phase 2000. I'm still standing. Try this again. Bring back Foolok. The problem is, Fool can't, like, summon anything. Add a White Forest, okay. Wait, I can. Wait for a second, see what they get. If you control an illusion. Let's go... Oh, I can't even get it. Yeah, for some reason I thought I could get Bethor again. Get rid of that. So then they banish those two. We negate with no Triplura. I don't know if that's a hard once per turn, but they don't have any traps left. Hey, we made it out! That was a long and hard-fought battle. Hard thought and hard fought, but we managed to get a win. Through the power of recursive effects. See, this is, you know, if Megalith had been released last year, it would have been great. During the height of, like, Azamina format, we'd be almost like an even match, perhaps.
Robots in disguise.
And welcome back, ladies and non-ladies, to stream number 3. A weekend has passed since you've seen me last, and I've got good news and bad news. The good news should be evident just from the way I'm talking. I am no longer sick. Hurrah, hooray. A whole weekend of rest and relaxation has recharged my batteries and maybe not put me at 100%, but I'm at like 98%. You know, I'm pretty close. Yeah, but hopefully by next stream, I'll be back up to perfect. Of course, the problem is, the bad news, is that because I spent the weekend resting and relaxing, I did not play any duels. So not only did I not get any, progress made, we're still down in Diamond 4, but also I didn't get to test out the new version of the deck. Which we did build a new version of the deck, but it's a bit complicated. I've spent the last couple hours here on stream trying to learn it, and it's not going to be great. There's going to be some misplays, but I want to try it out because I think it has potential. Allow me to introduce you to Megatron. Statues in disguise, kind of, maybe. I mean, the statues are still here. They haven't really changed or anything. There's less of them, and then there's just a whole bunch of robots around them. Now we're playing Drytron, that's where the Tron comes in. A lot of people know this from early Master Duel being kind of a degenerate ritual strategy that would just make Herald of Ultimateness and then sit on like 6 negates for your 6-card hand. Fortunately, we're not using it for the powers of evil this time. Instead, we're using it to facilitate the Megaliths. These are all really great extenders. They have synergy with any ritual cards. Their ritual spell can ritual summon anything, including the Megaliths, and it can do it out of the graveyard by using these cards that summon out of the graveyard. Having all this in here means that Megalith Anesthesis is now really, really good, because discarding anything no longer means losing a resource. If they ash this, that's fine, because we now have a Drytron in the grave that we can just summon out and get more advantage that way. Now the problem, as I said, is one, this deck is very complicated, and it's also not very well explored. When I was looking up deck lists, I could find a whole lot of Megalith and Megalith Mitsurugi, but I couldn't find very many in the way of like Megalith Drytron. There were only 2, and they both varied quite a bit in what kind of ratios they played, and neither really explained their ratio. So I'm kind of mixing together the best of both worlds here. It's like Hannah Montana in her prime. And I'm also making some conjecture based on like the limited amount of testing I did. This is not a great deck list. This is something I will have to refine, but the only way to refine it is to test it out, to give it some real-world experience and see how everything plays out. So let's jump back on the ladder, get some duels in, and see how far Megatron can take us. All right, one more win and we rank up. I had no idea we were going so well. And also, we get to go first. Yay us. Also, thank you, King Miner, for the 61-month streak. Absolute mad lad. And once again, we go first, but we're drawing like we're supposed to go second. So let's do that. They've got a 60 card deck with that grass sleeves. So I know what we saved the Ash Blossom for. Not a single starter. Oh yeah, I forgot we need to be adding to our bricks. We should be at 3 bricks now. Yeah, I'll allow that. Ah, okay, some kind of Tearlament pile, it seems. Started with Nib this time, yeah. Okay, add a Kashtira. Fenrir. Maxi here. They going for it. Sure. Tier Cash. Tier Kashtira. Uh-oh. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's enough for game, if they just want to go there. Yeah, we have to do this to not die. Yeah, so I think we can get away with doing this and just sending off this. 1350, 33, 27. 650! A very old year. Was it fine? I don't know. My history knowledge does not go back that far. Zambi Vampire. Yep, I will allow that. Fulok Engrave, that's like about as bad as it could get. They get a Rhino Heart. They take my Fuelos. Get a tier, send a tier. Well, like, maybe we should do this now, but I feel like that won't really help that much. If anything, they might be clogged. Through Kalos. Sure. Mill me to death. Can you summon 15 more times? Fuck. They trying the thing. Yeah, we need to stop them from getting to the Fiendsmith half of the engine. They haven't milled it yet. So ashing this should put it down there. Hard Fusion. I'm gonna try it, because if they use the Rukalos, they have to send something. And if they send it off, they might not have the ability to make the thing that they want. So they negate that, but they have to send a Tearlament from their field or hand. Yeah, so that gets banished, which means they can't make Kaleido Heart. And I guess that was their only target because the poly fizzles. Haha! I'm pretty proud about how that worked out. Okay, so now I have like a million billion cards and so far I've had 2 duels today, and each duel was won off of I max seed, I got a million cards, and my opponent just surrendered. We haven't actually played this deck, despite the fact that we went first both times. We just top decks max C and won. You know what, I guess that's good. It means I don't have to show the first duel, because the second duel was the exact same thing, but with higher stakes and more interesting plays. So there you go, we get up into Diamond 3. Still no idea if the deck is good, but max C carrying, even at 1. This is not a brick. Yeah, I think we actually want to do this first, and then we search Ben 10, and then we contribute off the Ben 10 for the Zeta, and that'll allow us to get going while getting another search. Because then we can use this, we contribute off the Ben 10, summon this, that'll get us the Drytron Ritual, then Ben 10 will activate, and that'll get us Diviner of the Heralds. Let's try this. Let's send Herald of the Arclight. Arclight effect. This time we're going to grab, I think we just add this. And then we show it to our opponent. Check it out. I was like, is it worth it to do this? And it is. Oh no, it sends to the graveyard. Yeah, we're gonna send that to the graveyard. Then we're going to activate this. We're going to summon our Ophiel. And we're gonna do it. If you don't know, this Ixie says you can detach the material as the ritual cost. So we need to pay 1,600 attack. All the Drytrons have 2,000. So we detach one, and then we get to summon this. This effect will let us get Haggith. Haggith effect. We summon that. Haggith gets us the Anastasis. Activate the Stasis. We're going to send off that. We're going to get Postal Azul. We're going to get Araton. It's like a Peloton, but with fundamental differences. So we use this. We ritual summon Fool. Gonna be a little foolish. Yeah, Chain Link 1, draw a bunch. Chain Link 2, get a guy back. And we're just gonna get the big guy. Big guy pants okay. We don't need this. All right, that allows us to do the thing we... Oh, wait, no, because we already have this one. I was like, oh, we can summon this and then we can... No. No, we cannot. Okay. Yeah, I think we send off... Oh, no, what we summon is Fool Lock. We send off the Notriplura. Notriplura gets us... Doesn't matter. So I think what we do, actually, is just do this now. We summon the Notriplura using itself and this. Cool. Then we can use Meteonis Drytron, detach or lower this attack by 1,000 to add it back. Then we can use the Drytron. Yeah, we're gonna Ophiel by... Oh, we've got 5, that fuck. That's fine, it's fine. We could have had the other one because I forgot we could use the one in hand. But I wanted to get rid of this, like, 600 just kind of sitting here. Bar on the floor. Put that in the extra monster zone just so we have room. So this does nothing. Why can I summon Typhon? I'm not gonna pay attention to it. We're going. End phase. Oh, I have 2 12s. I could hard make Typhon. That's very funny. Okay, this is about almost as good as the deck could get. We could trade out the Baronne de Fleur and instead have Dads, which is the Drytron Meteonis DA or DA Draconid Dad. Oh, they are actually playing that. Sure. Yeah, you could search. You could hard make Zeus. I think I would rather have... Oh, no. So we're getting dropleted for our life savings. And they spent another one on Mu Beta Fafnir for some reason, even though it doesn't do anything currently. Target one in your graveyard, set it to your field. I think we allow that and we save the called by for later because setting it now... Oh wait, what is this? Okay, yeah, if they want that, then let's stop them. Yeah, we're just gonna activate this so it stops asking us. Can we still Bethor? We cannot. Because we can't summon out of the deck, we can only summon out of the graveyard. We can still do something though. So we're going to activate this. We're gonna use the effect now. We're gonna get back Fool Lock. Okay, they're going into Mirage Stalio. Okay, here's what we do. Use Fool Lock. Summon Araton from the graveyard. Using this and this. That gets us some kind of protection. And it's the first time we've probably seen this animation. More importantly, it triggers Anastasis, so we can tribute this before they can use either of its effects. That leaves them with 1 card on hand. And that's a pretty good one. Okay, and at this point, there's nothing we can do, so I've just got to turn off everything. Well, unless they target. This effect is, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, place a ritual on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, negate and destroy. So that's the only thing we've got to do, is wait and see if they target something. If they do, we can negate it. Okay. How about Sunlight Wolf? That targets their own card. They give me the spinny. Draw a card. That triggers the effect. I'm just noticing almost everything is royal. Well, yeah, they're going in hard. You know, this is someone who is... if you're playing Salamangreats in this day and age, it's because you love the deck. They have the Salamangreat mate. They have the Fire Field. The Fire Field, their name is Blaze, which is, I think, the guy who played Salamangreats. This is a roleplay deck. They've spent all their time and money getting royals. No Triplura having so much attack that even halved, they're at 1850. Ouchie-wah. Yep, and then they get rid of that. 1300. And then I think they can set the trap, but the trap targets. All right. Cool, cool. I could pop everything, but why do I need to pop everything? Bring this back. Then we activate this. Oh, they got something they can do. Ash Blossom. No. I would prefer if you did not. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. And then we'll tribute your monster. Yeah, this guy gives every monster 300 for every ritual in the graveyard. So, you know, everyone gets big, big, big. Ridiculously big. Chonkaliciously big. And, you know, this isn't going to help you if you're going to be tributed. You could special summon this from your hand. Okay. Bye. Fuck it. Let's get this guy on here, too. He gains the attack boost. Go El Tannen. Oh, they can save this with the Balinks. Yeah. I think this is still game, though. We get no Triplura for 49 and Phaleg for 37. They said I was a fool to keep playing Phaleg. Well, who's the fool now? We did. We're going first once again. We're gonna have to pay the toll for all these going first hands that we've been getting. And for the third time today, we got a going first hand that would be way better going second. We've bricked more on this version of the deck than any other. Foolos. But also, that's because we've opened Max C so often. Ah, darn, you got me. What am I gonna do? Anyway, here's the better one. Yeah, that's right. I opened a 1-of. I'm too cool for school. Oh. I see. Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So they are just passing. I think this might do it. I mean, we have no choice. We have to, like, try to commit now, right? So let's go ahead. We add the Nova. Not even attacking, yeah. So we go into this. Then we make Linkaribo Bobo. Then we activate this. Tribute the Benten. No called by, that's good. Add, yes please. And then this will add. Yeah, I think we go for Diviner. How divine, how divine. Ba-na-na, ba-na-na. Effect Veiler! Oh, yeah, I think we do this, because otherwise our plays are just, like, stopped here. Yep, that's it. You can't target me, I'm in the graveyard now. Which one of these does something? Must pay 500 to declare an attack. You gain 500. Yeah, you can gain 500, that's fine. Okay, we send the Herald. Herald effect. We add Ophiel, yes. Then we're going to use the Drytron. We're going to summon the Ophiel using this fucker. Statue. Let's go. No! They had too many things, chat. Things that I didn't want to see. So we'll get Little Knight. Little Knight effect. Get rid of this. Then Battle Phase. Get rid of that. And because they have the Fiendsmith in the graveyard, we just want to Ash the Tract as soon as it comes up. Okay. Surprise. And now we just gotta hope that last card isn't also a live twin. It weren't a live twin. Alright gamers, one more win and we rank up into Diamond 2. We're doing surprisingly well. Although we have been winning an absurd amount of coin tosses. This is like only the second time we've gone second today. But if our hands are anything like we have been getting, then hopefully we'll have something. Either that or we had a pretty good chance. What can I say? It's like Maxi is trying to endear me to itself. It's like, come on, you don't want me to be banned. Look at how often you're drawing me. Isn't this so great? I must have drawn that one of in like 70% of today's games. Looks like we're playing, oh, for a second I was like, oh, we're playing against Sky Striker. We're not, it's Vanquish Soul. So we've activated a card from hand, which means they can extend to infinity, but also that one card was Maxi. So the more infinitely they extend, the more we get to do, the more resources we get. So let's see how they play it. Stake your soul, your nose is mine. I love that meme. So great. And yeah, you could probably just fast forward through this editor. I don't think I have a whole lot to say on Vanquish Soul. I don't know the deck all too well. Or maybe they don't want it. Oh, okay. During the end phase, you could set one. Okay, so they're just setting up. They're just setting up to get the card that lets them wipe the field and hoping that a field wipe. What is it? It is destroy all monsters on the field. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna take off. As cool as the sunglasses are, it's hard to focus when everything's like dark. So let's activate this. That also gets them a summon. We might be dead. Entirely possible. The thing is, if we can get this on the field early. Okay, they're just tagging out for Borger now. Sure. Go Borger. Real quick, that trap required them to reveal... What was it? It's like all three. It's like Dark Earth, and Fire. So we know they have Dark and Fire. I assume one of those cards in hand is Earth. Or maybe they're trying to draw into the Earth and just hoping that's what they got. Let's try this first to see if we can bait out any kind of Ash. Yeah, I think we go for Zeta once again. So we're gonna Zeta. Alright, going for Caesar Valius. That's interesting. They really don't want us to have one thing on board, but maybe they don't understand it. I mean, to be fair, maybe there's an argument to be made for, like, stopping that. Trying to think of what else they could summon. We might need to stop the Holly Sue. Because my plan was going to be to, like, make Link Karibo, summon it back with Ben 10, then make SP baits out this. Yeah, I think I still need to follow through with that. So we're going to activate this. Negate the Caesar Valius. They can't activate the second effect on the same chain. Okay. So you're negated. Holly. Oh, yeah, and then they can just steal it. Yeah, and they've got the Earth monster right there. Let's try this. I think we might be dead now. Yeah, we want to tribute off this. If we can get this back somehow. Let's go for... Yeah, we've already got the Notre Plura, so let's get this and Araton. Yeah, we gotta do this now, or forever hold our peace. So, summon this by tributing this. I really want to draw cards, chat, but I think we might need to tribute the Canine to stop them from getting into hand disruption territory. Yeah, so we do this, we do this, we do this, and because we activated the Notre Plura earlier, they cannot activate anything in response to this. So we get this back, we get to search... We get a Ben 10, and then Anastasis gets rid of this. Wait, did they just reveal 2? Yeah, they don't have the Earth. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we're still going to activate this. We're going to summon Ophiel using Ben 10. So your opponent might be a baboon. They threw by going for the Canine play because it was the only Earth. So Chainlink 1, search. Chainlink 2, search. And they surrender! I am still not certain if I necessarily could have won there, but I think we had a line again, because their cards can't be destroyed this turn, but I think we had a line to get to Phaleg, and because everything was attack mode, we might have been able to just beat through them. I'm not exactly certain, but our opponent, you know, they lost the will to go on. She died of a broken heart, what can I say? Either way, through skillful play, we make our way up into Diamond 2. Let's go. And welcome back, statues and statuesques, to the dawn of stream number 4. The official halfway point. 3 streams lay behind us, 3 streams lay ahead. And I think it's about time that we stopped fucking around. You know, we've had some fun playing with, like, the pure Megalith variants, mixing it with things like incantations or old ritual archetypes like Drytron. And while I did have a few other ideas, you know, maybe Libromancer Megalith, they're not very good. Probably the silliest thing I can think of, and something I almost did today, was blind second Mega Fossils that makes use of the fact that we still have the fossil fusion left over from the old fossil episode that I did previously. And while this is very silly and very funny when it works, it struggles to beat even like the AI solo mode decks. So I don't think we want to completely de-rank, especially now that we're at the halfway point. So our options were either to stick with a more janky version of the deck, something like Megatron that wasn't quite meta but still had some steez to it, or switch over to Mega Mitsu, undoubtedly the best version of the deck, which leverages the strongest ritual archetype ever printed, Mitsurugi, something I also did a whole other episode about. And I kind of went back and forth over how long we should wait. I knew I wanted to do this eventually, but there's enough variance of even just this combination of the deck that I decided we could start it at the halfway point. Beginning with this version, which is Super Mega Mitsu Slop, a 60 card version of the deck that just plays like a million extenders, every version of Max C that we have, like all the Charmies, plus like Drollin Lockbird and Nibiru, just everything to like game end our opponent's turns. And then like Manju and Diviner and every Mitsurugi card. It's just a big old pile of ritual things. I haven't tested this, but it's got Habakiri. How bad can it be? So we're gonna take this, we're gonna throw it onto the ladder, and see if this will be enough to grind us up into Master by the end of the day. Well, at least we finally won a coin toss. I think it's, what, the 4th duel of the day? We did win coin toss the first time, but we only had one play and it got Ash. This deck that I thought was full of extenders so far, we keep opening this, and then it like turns off the Habakiri. It's very unfortunate. Okay, we start with the Habakiri this time. Okay. Well, there you go. At least we got a win. It wasn't a very exciting win or an interesting win, but we did get one. Well, someone is having a worse day than us. And it's only going to get even worse. I'm sorry, friend. But you know what? At the very least, I can feel pretty confident that this isn't going to be a mirror match. I don't know what they might be playing, but I know what they're not playing. They are not playing Mitsu. Okay, we do this in the standby to play around stuff, right? Yeah, we go Megalith unformed. We're going to ritual summon a Megalith from the deck. So we're going to get Ophiel by tributing the Murakumo, because that's double the stars. Hello there, it's me, Angel. Shorty, I'm your angel. And then we're going to Chainlink 1 this, Chainlink 2 Murakumo, because we want this to resolve more. So Murakumo will get us that dang old Habakiri, and this will get me the Megalith stuff that I always wanted. So that's pretty neat. You know, there's some synergy with this deck. It's not just two things smashed together. So let's see if the Ophiel effect resolves. I feel like they're like, oh, I know what Mitsurugi does. I need to save my effects for those. That's the good deck. So let's go ahead and get this. And then we activate the Ame. Yeah. We do this here. We tribute you. And they surrender. This is the 3rd duel in a row where as soon as we activated the Habakiri, they surrendered. It's very funny, especially in this case, because it's like, They saw me search the Habakiri, so they knew I had it. And then I'm like, oh, I'll start off by doing some Megalith stuff. And I did some Megalith stuff, and they didn't surrender, so I'm like, okay, they must have something, or at least have confidence they can win. And then they waited for me to activate the Habakiri. And they're like, okay, as soon as you actually activate, did they think I was going to search it and not activate it until I did? Object permanence? Either way, you know, how the tables have turned. I wish I had better duels to show you, but literally, we had 4 losses in a row that were just absolute stomps against us, and then 3 wins in a row that were just activate Habakiri, opponent surrenders. Actually, let's double check, chat. Were they liars? No, they weren't lying. This is not Mitsu. All right, one more win and we'll rank up. But we're going second, which means the chances that we activate Habakiri and they surrender have essentially gone down to 0%. It's going to depend on if we've opened like our 10 game-ending, turn-ending hand traps, if they open anything that stops it, and how big of a board they make. I mean, we do have Fuelos. That's like a turn-ending thing if it resolves, and they're on an extra deck. They do have Labyrinth sleeves, so they might be on like a trap deck, which is why I'm waiting. I see. Pre-prep, so probably Mitsurugi of their own. Yep. We wait for the Habakiri activation, and then we'll get at least 1. There we go. Please, will my Fuelos resolve? Alright, it looks like it'll resolve. I don't know why they're chaining this. That doesn't stop the Habakiri from activating. We at least got 1. Oh look, a 1-of that we don't want to draw. So we've got 12 1-ofs in a 60 card deck that are like combo pieces that we want to stay in the deck and not draw. Unfortunately, it's funny because I think the last few days we haven't run into hardly any Mitsurugi. I don't know why they're suddenly coming out of the woodwork. It felt like everything was like Canine Vanquish Soul or what was the other one? Dracotail, or it was like Yummy, but it was Yummy without the Mitsurugi stuff in it. Yeah, this like non-targeting tribute is usually pretty good. Not especially against a deck that wants to be tributed. Well, the 3 games before this was Canine Vanquish Soul. Yeah. I'm just saying, for like the last 3 days, I don't think we've seen any Mitsurugi. Let me look back at what we've saved here. Yeah, like looking at the decks that we've played so far on that have been recorded at least. Dracotail, Pure Yummy, Dracotail, Psychic End Punisher Turbo, Dracotail, Yummy, Vanquish Soul Canine, Blue Eyes, Mikanko, Azamina, Salamangreat, Live Twin, Vanquish Soul Canine, Canine. So we went from like not seeing any Mitsurugi to seeing like half Mitsurugi today. Oh, and they are on the Yummy stuff, which means we do get more draws. Ooh. Let's try this here. And a car alarm has begun to ring. Okay, good, they stopped it. Will I discard? Yeah, I'll discard. We'll summon this by tributing this. That's very loud. That's not my car, is it? No, it's the car across the street. So, Chainlink 1, this. We'll grab back Araton. Chainlink 2, Futsu. Get ourselves a search. We get a Habakiri to, like, deck thin. Yeah, we'll just get one for next turn. That'll have us set up a little bit better. Then Fool adds back Araton. They get back that. And then we use Fool. I think we still tribute the Mitsurugi, because it gets us more, it gets us another thing. Yeah, and we can summon out of the graveyard with Mirror. Do we want to keep the Araton, because the Araton doesn't give us any value? Yeah, let's try that. Maybe that's the bad move and we should keep that, but I think this is better. So they bring back, we're going to chain block, chain link 1 this. I'm going to pop the link, and we're going to pop, I think, the field spell. And then this gets us another Mitsurugi card. We just get prayers. This prayers gets us to Habakiri. Ah, I forgot that they can replace and save. So they can shuffle that back. Got 2 level 8s. Do I have any rank 8s that are actually any good? I have Hope Harbinger. And they just surrendered! You know, I don't think we didn't have a convincing way to get out of that, but they didn't know that, and as a result, we rank up into Diamond 1 somehow. Wow, this really turned around quickly, I tell you what. Alrighty, so no sooner did we rank up into Diamond 1, then we immediately lost 3 games and then ranked back down into Diamond 2. And part of that's not really our fault. We didn't win the coin toss on any 3 of those games. And 2 of the 3 were against Odeon decks. The one was playing like 3 Solemn Warning, so we just normal summoned and they stopped it and then we couldn't do anything and they had counter traps or whatever. So there was just like nothing really we could do. But also, despite the fact that we have a big pile deck that has a whole bunch of 3-ofs in it, it feels like we very rarely open those 3-ofs. We have opened with exactly this guy in like 70% of our duels, despite it being a 1-of. So, you know what? I figured we would just slim down the slop a little bit, go from a 60 card deck to a 50 card deck, and see if that helps a little bit. It doesn't feel like it would help, because now, you know, our chances of drawing 1 in 50 is higher than drawing 1 in 60, but at least these 60 cards are more likely we're gonna get like, what we really want is like Habakiri plus Unformed, where we can activate this to search and then immediately tribute it off to get a Megalith card and then like do all the other stuff. So that's what I'm hoping we're gonna do. We've slimmed it down. We are also now playing a lot more 1-of, so like if our Murakumo dies, we don't have another way to get it back. We don't play like a Futsu anymore. But, you know, couldn't hurt. We'll try this out. Super Mega Mitsu Slop. I'm calling this Mark 5 because it's like 10 cards different. Let's jump back into Diamond 2 and see what we can do. But this time, they get to go first. And they've already got the Ghost Bell mate. That was just revealed with the frickin' dice rally, and they've already gone through it. Oh, hey. I like Perulia. Wonder what the mate does. Yep, she just stares. Ash Blossom. Ah, unfortunate. What if I had another one? Okay, so we know she stares. Is that it? She's like the Ray mate. All she does is... Oh? Oh, is this Tistina? Are we about to see Tistina up in here? At a level 5 or higher, light... Dark, Pyro, or Aqua? No, this searches canines. But canines really don't want to play into Perulia because they summon from the hand a lot. She's the one they call Dr. Madlove. She's gonna search the traps right. She's the one they call Dr. Madlove. Starting it off and then you gotta see. Alright, we will get 1 card from the hand. The horror. Alright, so they got a negate for 2 things that activate in the hand. Ooh, that's kind of what we want to see. Alright, let's try the pre-prep. Gonna pre-bro. Special summon a Vanquish. Ah, they do get 1. Okay. I always forget it does that. Let's get the mirror. Let's get the Habakiri. And then we can finally do the thing we really wanted to do. Yeah, we stopped them from getting to whatchamacallit, or we forced them to use a negate here. Yeah, so no Holly Sue for you, unless you already have it. So we're going to activate Habakiri. They're gonna negate. We're gonna activate Unformed. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you? So we're gonna summon Haggith, and we're gonna tribute that Habakiri. And then we're going to go Haggith, Chainlink 1, Habakiri, Chainlink 2. I assume they'll use the Masquerade on that. Oh. X-Force, release! Okay. So then they get the Werewolf, so they get a hand rip. That's gonna be a Ripperoni. Oh, they blow that up. What blew that up? Oh, huh. We get this, and then Haggith gets this. If we set this, we can't use it on anything. Yeah, so we activate this. They'll activate that. We will chain Mitsurugi Prayers. We'll tribute the monster to do it. And then we will do both effects. We're going to go ahead and add this one. Make them think this is what we really want. And hopefully they'll banish that. And then we get the Saji out of the graveyard. Ooh, the Bethor. I see. So we'll use this. Let's get Ritual. We're going to summon one from the deck using the stuff on our hand or field. So we can get Murakumo using you and you. And then we can Chain Block. Chain Link 1, blow up the field. Chain Link 2, get me a Searchy-Doo. Let's get... We've already used this effect, right? Yeah, we've used both effects. Yeah, I guess we just get this guy. They can save the Raisin. Yeah, we go ahead, normal summon this. We're gonna get back the prayers. No, we get back the... Yeah, we have to get back the prayers. Yeah. Get the prayers back. Because we haven't used the other effect here, so we can bring this back. Get the search. And they realized it was over! And we still had the Megalith stuff we can do. So I think we finally got to show, like, what this deck can potentially do. The fact that you can just extend forever with the combination of the Mitsurugi stuff and the Megalith stuff, and the fact that you're playing a well-known deck with a not well-known deck makes it a little bit more difficult for them to decide where they should interact with you. So we take those. We take those. All right, gamers and gamesters, one more win. And we go back into Platinum 1. Going first once again, and, you know, I wish I could say we had a whole bunch of interesting duels getting back here. There was one, and then the rest were activate Habakiri, opponent surrenders. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this in the draw phase. Tribute a monster? Why, yes. We'll tribute this. You got the Ash Blossom for it? 'Cause you're a daydreamer. Oh, they've got the Maxi. That's a problem. Add this. Yeah. And then because this was tributed, we can grab back this. But it came back. Okay, here's what we do. We normal summon this, and we search the trap. Then we're going to Anastasis. We're going to activate this by discarding the Habakiri. We're going to grab you and you. Yeah, hold up. You know what? I think we just pass on this. Maybe we could have done this better if I had set it up a little bit better. I thought there was a way to give them one draw and end on the Habakiri with the negate. But I think we might still be in a decent place. At the very least, I think we can survive. They're down one card. We've got several things we can do. They're gonna Holly Sue. Yeah, I think we just do this now. So we're gonna Ritual Summon Fool by tributing the Saji. And then we are going to Chain Link 1, tribute the Holly Sue before it can do anything. Chain Link 2, add back the Habakiri. Chain Link 3, search another prayers for next turn. They've got a Fire Attacker and a Mad Love. Okay, they're already using that effect, so we can tribute whatever they get. DD Crow? Ah, that is unfortunate. For you, I do have the prayers. So one way or another, I will get a level 8 to my hand that I can use as tribute fodder. So they summon Raisin. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Mitsurugi Ritual. And then Anastasis will tribute this before it has a chance to resolve. No Raisin for you. Stake your soul. Yeah, unfortunately I can't get Notre Pluro, which is the unfortunate thing. Oh, if they're just going for this though. Yeah, if that's the case, I'll just do this now. Unless last card is Ash? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, we're gonna summon Bethor by tributing the Habakiri. Since you're trying to get 2 level 5s for that canine, I feel like I'll just deny that if I can. Chainlink 1 Bethor, pop both of you. Chainlink 2 Habakiri. Change the battle position. Gonna put Fool into attack mode. Oh no, Bethor. Okay. So all they have is Fire Attacker and 1 more mystery card, which is Mad Love. The question is, how much can they do with just a Mad Love if they've already activated Xiaolong and... Oh, they haven't activated Xiaolong's other effect. They've already activated Halisu, though. Yeah, they can get Raisin back. They've already used their normal summon, though. They use it on Mad Love. So they could get it back from the graveyard, but they can't summon it until my next turn. Because Rock of the Vanquisher is summon from hand, right? Summon from hand or add from graveyard. Oh, they add Raisin, okay. Gotcha. So I may still be in trouble here. Although that Rescue Ace card I don't feel like is doing much for him. And I think more importantly, all they have in hand is a fire and now whatever they grab here. A dark, probably. Yeah, get the Borger. But then if they summon the Borger, they can't actually draw because they won't have a dark. They can destroy the Fool, and then they can attack over Bethor. I'm taking some damage, but I'm not out of the fight by any means. Gotcha. So I can draw a card. Not particularly useful. I don't know why it wouldn't let me activate this in the standby phase. Let's do this. Okay, so they add back. I get Mad Love. We get the Murakumo. And then we're going to Ritual Summon the Murakumo from hand by sending the Habakiri from deck. Draw 1 card. Hope it's a good one. So we summon this. Oh, we don't even have to. I forgot this guy was here. Giant Mega Snakes. So 1, a 2, a 3. So we get Snake, we get Bird, they get to save their stuff, at least one of their stuffs. Then we can do this. We'll tribute off Nibiru, and we'll go ahead and we'll discard the Araton, summon Fulak by tributing the Snake. 2,000. Big statue. So, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, non-targeting tribute. So, you're gone. Then I will summon Fool using itself in attack mode, because I'm not afraid to die. We'll get back an Araton. And then... Oh, I don't have the leg anymore. But that's fine. We could still do this. Sure. We'll keep the Bethor just in case. And we'll get the last Mitsurugi card. This is 7,400. Okay, so I do need to do this. Summon the Murakumo. And there we go. Actually, wait, if I don't add, I can't summon back, right? I forget how that works. They might have been saved. I might have just, like, messed myself up, but, either way, we managed to do it. We managed to get back into Diamond 1. Oh, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Getting from there to here.
Scooter, how come we've never met you before?
Shut up, Meg.
And here we are, spirits of the stone. The penultimate Megalith stream. Only 2 more chances for us to reach into Master. And while we're fairly close, I don't really have a whole lot going on. A whole weekend has passed since you've seen me last. I didn't want to duel in the actual ladder because I didn't want to get into Master off camera. And also I kind of just didn't want to duel in general. I don't really like this format all this much. And while Megaliths used to be one of my favorite ritual decks, they're really showing their age. It's something I'd much rather play in Genesis, but unfortunately they haven't added that to Master Duel, and I'm worried they never will. So instead, I spent a whole lot of time playing the Dice Rally. Went through there, got a whole bunch of more gems, got some neat rewards and everything. It's been a decently fun time, and I got to try out other builds, stuff that used the Fiendsmith pile, because why not put a Fiendsmith engine in everything? Unfortunately, it didn't really help all that much. Unlike a lot of the other decks we've played, it's hard for Megalith to get like 2 spare bodies on board to then go into full Fiendsmith combo. Usually if they stop you from getting rituals on the field to begin with, and then you're just kind of shit out of luck. So we're not going to be adding Fiendsmith this time. So what we've done is taken our Super Mega Mitsu Slop pile and turned it into a mini Mega Mitsu Slop pile. We've just reduced it from the 50 cards down to 40, got rid of a whole bunch of the extras, and just made it so it's essentially the 2 main parts of the engine, and just as many hand traps as we can fit in, and just a couple little garnets here in the form of the 2 traps. I'm not necessarily sure this will be better than the 50 card version, but there's really not a lot else we could try. This doesn't really have a lot of synergy with the Yummy or the Canine or any other new deck that's come out. Unless, I guess, if we removed the Megalith portion, then we could play Yummy Mitsurugi, but I feel like that would be kind of antithetical to the series. You know, we're supposed to be playing Megalith. So we're going to take this on the ladder. We're going to see what we can do. I think we should be able to make it into Master by the end of the night. I'm just not sure where else we go from here, but I suppose only time will tell. Well, I mean, in terms of going second, this is a pretty good hand. Oh, I forgot to. I needed to. Damn it. Yeah, we'll activate this, and then we'll activate this. So, no Maiden for you. You can go into the extra deck if you want to give me a draw. Ah, they get it anyway. Alright, Magna Hoot. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Oh, never mind. They just be like, yeah, I'm getting the Destruction and the Veiler, good luck. Oh no, they are still going for it. The question is, do we activate this or do we just keep it? I think we just keep it because it's 4 stars, so we can use it with Unformed to get Fool. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're normal summoning anyway, so that would have been a loss. If they do normal summon, it'll be to do... Okay, so they just got 2 pops plus the Veiler, plus 2 potential unknowns in the hand. Araton's alright. Let's hit them with the prayers. Okay, no Ash. Yeah, I think we actually do this. I mean, we get wrecked by Droll, but we get wrecked by Droll regardless of what we do. So we normal summon this. We get Habakiri. They use the Veiler, and we chain the Unformed. If they want to try to stop the Unformed by activating the trap to destroy it, that will get it off the field so Veiler doesn't affect it. So no matter what happens, we get the search. Maxi? No, you see, I opened 2 Ash Blossom, the truest form of gaming supremacy. Okay, so they just popping it, which is fine. The second Veiler! You son of a bitch! Okay, so you're negated, then you're popped, then Ash negates that, then Megalith Unformed. They've already used this, right? So we can just go for the Ophiel. No problem. Yeah. Then that's negated. But the Ophiel gets us Fool. And that's the one we want, right? Yep, and there we go. An interesting link of chains. But they saw the Megaliths and they knew to scoop it up. Now we're rockin'. Ah, I didn't brick. Yeah, I think we Ash that. We summon enough from the hand that we don't want that to resolve. Okay, let's go Habakiri. Go ahead and get our big guy. SpongeBob big guy pants okay. His pants are okay, don't you know? But it came back. And then we're going to unform. Then we're going to use this. We're going to summon the negate using itself and I think the 2 in our hand. Yeah, we're going to get rid of both the level 4s. Although I just realized that may not have been the best move, but that's fine. Now we draw. Oh boy. Gonna make IP. And then we set a couple, and I think we're pretty set. This is like a whole lot of stuff. I could do many different kinds of things. Stake your soul, your nose is mine. All the things light up. Yeah, let's go ahead, start with the ash for that. Add a warrior, that's fine. Yeah, we're just going to negate it with this. And there we go. You know, if you go first, and you get the things, and you make the big board with all the stuff, then you're invincible. It's just a matter of doing all that. Oh, this is not bad. We start with Habakiri. IPUP, we all P for IP. The first time I've seen the big guy summon, oh, we've summoned him tons of times. He's pretty neat. Add the Winged Dragon of Ra or a card that mentions it. I guess we ash this? Sphere mode incoming, yeah. The ball is a card that mentions Winged Dragon of Ra, so we kind of have to stop that. So we ash that. I assume if they had the ball, they would have already activated it. Okay, Mitsurugi Ra. Ratsurugi. Sure. Go ahead and make you discard for that. Mitsurugi Ra's a thing. Anything's a thing if you're brave enough. Ah, Trick Clown. They're one step ahead. Yeah, I think we do it like this, right? We negate it by tributing the Murakumo. So that negates it. I don't have anything to search, fuck! I'm out of Mitsurugi cards! Yeah, so now if they have, like, Evil Swarm Exciton. Alan Version. Add a Mathmech card. Circular. Gotcha. Okay, they summon that. Yeah, we'll do this. Oh, yeah, I have to tribute in order to... Oh, no, I have to pay to do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get Murakumo out. I'll blow up the field. Uh-oh. Wow, they really just had everything. Oh, they didn't get the Fool. Looks like they are the fool this time, chat. Yo, what up? Let's go ahead for Bethor. Summon Bethor. Chainlink 1. Pop these two. Chainlink 2. I guess we just draw. And there we go. I had too many things to negate. They could not choose correctly. All right, everyone. One more duel and we win, or one more win and we get into Master. One more duel. We're close to getting into Master. Fuck. My mind is a little fried tonight. You know, playing this deck, it ain't easy. There's a lot of stuff, especially with all these things. We still don't add one to the brick counter, though, so that's good. This... No, we do have 2 starters, so we're good. We can go ahead and, like, Habakiri. And then they Maxi. And then we Ash Blossom. And then, is that GG? No? Habakiri has resolved and our opponent hasn't quit yet. They're cooking something up. Maybe they've got a Droll as well. If they do, we're in for a spot of bother, I tell you what. Okay, let's summon from my hand. So we got Ame. There we go. They had to wait for something to resolve first, and then we got it. And yeah, that's unfortunately kind of how it goes. I mean, fortunately, we have been able to show what it's like when we do get full combo, so I guess you know why people are surrendering. But we don't get to really show off the Mitsurugi half of the deck. Or, I'm sorry, we don't get to show off the Megalith half of the deck all that much. But, we made it. We got into Master 5, there you go. I mean, to be fair, we kind of had to include Mitsurugi, but I think we've also shown that, like, the Megalith half of the deck does a whole lot of lifting. It can do a whole bunch of stuff if they don't surrender, or it can help you extend if you get something like the Megalith quick play card. But man, people just really don't like Mitsurugi. Alrighty, so we haven't been in Master very long. We've only played 3 games, but we went first all 3 games, bricked 2 of them, and the third one, we got hit by Ash and it ended our entire turn. I guess I'm glad that they've saved it for once we've ranked up into Master. I would hate to have those kind of hands when we were trying to rank up, so I appreciate that, but I feel like something's got to be done. And the only card we're playing that's not a starter that was at 3 was Fool. It feels a little dangerous to take the other 2 out, but, you know, that's what we were bricking on. That and a lot of these other one-ofs or whatever. But if we go down to exactly 40, hopefully we're more likely to open with, like, Unformed, or Anesthesis, or Habakiri. If need be, we can add in more like the Diviner of the Heralds or something in order to give us a couple more starters. But for now, I guess we'll try this. This is version 6.1 since it's such a small difference. Also, today, I got skills. I'm about to taste the rainbow. The rainbow tastes like sugar. All I can think about is that Strong Bad email where he's talking about, like, a good sleepover versus a bad sleepover. He's like, yeah, you know it's a good sleepover when you have so much Skittles and red soda that your spit begins to hurt. What if I did this? How'd you feel about that? Started a masochist run and got the WP link. Must be nice. Must be nice. Must be nice to have IP on your side. I see you. You ever listen to Hamilton?
Hey, it's me, the editor. Anyway, so Hardleg did use the full fucking song that he was singing earlier. So, you know, we can't really show the audio for this because you know, it's copyrighted. We're gonna get claimed for that. So I'm here, I'm commentating this duel for him. You know, we're seeing this cool epic never before seen Fiendsmith combo. Look at that engraver, awesome, dude. That guy's so fucking cool. I wish he was my dad. Anyway, I wonder if they're gonna make the link too. Oh, look at that, they made the link too, dude. That's like highly original. That's so fucking awesome and cool of them. So you know, they're like fusion summoning or something. As for Megalith, I'm gonna be for real. I consider myself very knowledgeable about most of the decks in the game, and I have no fucking clue what the hell Megaliths do. But we don't have to worry about that, right? Like that's Hardleg's job to know this deck, not mine. I'm only here to like put funny pictures on the screen. Here's a funny picture for you right now. Yeah, that's a really cool picture. That's like a better picture than like watching the Fiendsmith combo, right? Oh, what the fuck? Dude, they made the Unchained link too? Okay, now this is fucking epic. Dude, and they made a dog? How about you, viewer? Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat, maybe? Like a lizard? Or maybe like a monkey? If you have a monkey, I hope you let it go at some point, because those things could, like, whip your face off. And then they just, like... Then they use the Unchained Shawarma, whatever his name is. Dude, that's so fucking epic, dude. And, but I mean, that's just how it is, you know? And I mean, look at Hardleg there. Like, look at this guy. He's on the time of his life, listening to music, eating Skittles. What more could a man want? But, yeah. As it turns out, look at that. All this. Extra steps just to end on, the DDD guy. This stupid asshole. Oh boy, but I hope this draw is, like, really awesome and cool and does everything. Ah, darn. Ash Blossom? Dude, more like Trash Blossom, or as I like to say, what an asshole. But you know what, you can use that one too, viewer. You can like use that one too. That's like our little inside joke. But anyway, how's your day? Did you go to school? Did you go to work? I don't know. How's your mother doing? Did you call her? Do you need me to call her? Because I'd be happy to. But I feel like I made things a bit too awkward. Let's just I'll see myself out. See ya.
Hey Ash, nice to see you. Yeah, I think we might be able to do this because no Triplura basically just turns off Wave High King Caesar. So now what we can do is activate Araton. We're going to summon the Fool using, this because we can get it back. Although I don't think we want to get it back necessarily. Yeah, so we get the Fool, then we Chain Link 1, tribute a monster, Chain Link 2, add back. Yeah. So they can't respond to that. That comes back, and we tribute this, and they surrender. Fuck! I didn't think we would win that one! If I did, I wouldn't have played the Hamilton song. Now, I don't know how we're going to use that. I'm not sure if we can use that. Well, you know, if there's a big muted section, you'll know why.
Shut up, Meg! No, you shut up, Meg! No, you shut up, Meg!
Shut up, Meg!
And here we are, ladies and non-ladies, dawn of the final stream. We have one more shot to see how far we can take Megaliths. And honestly, I'm not all that curious in, like, how far they can get. Like, we already got to Master. I'm kind of surprised that we made it into Master. And based on how we've been performing in Master, it feels like maybe we just got lucky. Maybe we didn't necessarily deserve it. Because as cool as Megaliths are, they're just really underpowered. They're much more of a Genesis deck. I would love to play these in Genesis, but here, just a little underwhelming. So I've decided to do something a little different for the last stream. You know, we could continue on with Megalith Mitsu and try to see if we can get to like Master 4 or Master 3. Because there's no way we're getting to Master 1 by the end of this episode. You know, we've only got a few hours to try to get up there, and we've been struggling just to get out of Master 5. So instead, we're going to do something a little bit different. There is a festival going on right now, the Dice Rally, a fun little event that locks you into fusion, synchros, and links. And wouldn't you know it, we just happen to have a version of the deck that uses fusion, synchros, and links. Behold Mega Fossils, all the power of Megalith in a Go Second package with 3 Raigeki and 3 Super Poly, and just throwing in a Fossil Fusion package as well that we have left over from the old Fossil ladder climb that we did in like the first year of the series. A very fun episode, lots of cool stuff. And I've been itching for an excuse to try to use these again. You know, they're all rock monsters, so there is some synergy there. There's level 4, so there's synergy there. It's not great, but maybe in the Dice Festival, maybe here in a lower powered format where everyone gets goofy cards, we'll have a chance to get some really fun duels in and have some fun replays. And you know, isn't that what this show is all about? Just sort of highlighting fun duels and fun replays? That's certainly what it feels like it's become the last, like, year or so. But you can let me know down in the comments. You know, we had a poll here in chat Twitch chat actually decided that we were doing the dice rally. Because I was like, on the one hand, it's a great way to farm some cool replays to get some cool duels in. On the other hand, usually the show is advertised as like climbing the ladder, and this is not climbing the ladder. So you'll have to let me know. Do you prefer that we stay on the ladder? Or do you think once we get into Master, if it's clear we're not getting farther, might as well just goof around, play some funny versions of the deck, see if we can get some interesting duels in there. We'll be experimenting with it this time, obviously, but next time, who knows? If you don't like this experiment, I'll never do it again. But anyway, that's enough yapping. Let's go ahead and get into the action and scroll on into the Dice Foon Factory. Alright, we're going second. This is our third duel. The first one, we accidentally hit go first. It was terrible. The second one, we did go second, and our opponent just quit. Hopefully this will be a real duel, and we'll be able to save some money on our car insurance, because we found the general. We found the general online. We can make a call and save some time, or however that goes. Setting some cards, okay. Really need the Super Poly or the Raigeki here. Either that or they can like fusion summon with what they got. That ain't it. This thing's only effect really is to summon Block Dragon. Okay, so we're gonna try to Heavy Storm first. Things are getting heavy up in here. Say goodbye to your back row. Okay, they fusion summoning. Will they fusion? I think they do have like a level 5 or higher monster. Yeah, they do have the Momentalin Twin Dragon. So when this card is normal, you can change it to defense position, inflict 500. This card is sent to the graveyard. You can add a level 8 rock monster. Or if Fossil Fusion is your graveyard, special summon it instead. Yeah. So this just like, if it goes to the graveyard, you search Block Dragon. Dracotail. All monsters your opponent control lose attack equal to their defense. This can attack 3 monsters during each battle phase. If this destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 1,000 to your opponent. So I just need to get a rock in the graveyard. So I've got to hope that like this works. Send Weathering Soldier. Gonna get another Fossil Fusion. And then we're gonna do this and hope they like use an effect to destroy this. If nothing else, we've inflicted 500 damage. Haha. Okay, let's try this. Fossil Fusion! This... Why can't I make the thing? 1 rock monster in your graveyard. Check. 1 level 7 or higher. Oh, what? Oh, they shuffled back the guy. Oh, damn it. I didn't notice they shuffled him back. Spa! So we're gonna try to destroy this guy, or banish this guy. Target an equal number of Memento monsters. Okay, they're targeting themselves. And then we can get the heck out of here. Let's get rid of you so I can target your other stuff. And then if SP wants to be like, you can't banish me, I'm gonna banish me. Let's try this again, shall we? Fossil Fusion. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Let's go you and you. Vroom vroom. We got a great good convoy. Your card's really small. We got a great big convoy. Then we're going to maul. So we're going to attack into this. 13. Then they take damage equal to how much attack it has. Then we're going to attack this. Take, oh, it's only it's just 1,000. Damn. Yeah, I should have gone for the other one that does piercing. Yeah, I think I could have still done that. I mixed up. I was like, oh, this will lose 5,000 defense. And then when I attack it, it does 5,000. All right. Well, I got a 2,100 beater. Surely they can't build back. Oh yeah, we get this. Yeah, I should have gone for... If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. If this fusion summon battles an opponent's monster, it does double damage. Yeah, I should have done that. 35 double piercer. Now granted, they're still losing attack and they can't target this. I don't know if they have any like non-targeting way to deal with Skull Convoy. Excess code kills it? Yeah, I suppose. Oh yeah, they can just attack directly, right? Saliner. Yeah, we gotta stop them from having as much material as possible. I don't know how this works. Damn. I was really hoping that would still banish it. So it really is just a matter of, is access code in this? Yeah, it is. Damn it, why can't I not be destroyed? But I get my Fossil Fusion back. Yeah, I picked the wrong one. We maybe could have done that. Oh, our opponent has Sophia. Also, their name is one-sided Slop. So, you know, the strongest. Yeah, so the fact that we've only got half time might help us. If they're trying to do a big enough combo, then maybe they won't be able to in just 150 seconds. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Sophia, who's in the graveyard now, cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by banishing a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, and Ixie monster from anywhere on the field, and cannot be summoned in other ways. This card summoned cannot be negated. When this card is summoned, banish all other cards from both players' hands, fields, and graveyards. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So, you know, if you get all the types, you can get a board clear. Alright, let's hope we get a good draw. It's a pretty good draw. Let's do this. Check it out. Oh, my majesty. Let's make everything spell speed 4. Activate Bethor. Summon Bethor by using this. Yo, what up, fucker? It's me. Bet you wish you could activate things in response to this. Yeah, let's just get rid of the back row. Your disruption's gone! Yeah, let's try Diviner of the Heralds. Do I have a level 12 Synchro here? I don't. But they use the Ash Blossom, so I don't change the level. Going for IP Masquerena. What are we gonna see? WP? SP. Okay. Goodbye! Anyway, you already used your Ash Blossom. Unless you're playing Ghost Ogre or Droll, you about to be shit out of luck. Oh wait, SP deals with this. Wait, no it doesn't because they can't activate stuff in response to a ritual. Sorry. Adios. It's a shame you can't respond to anything. Let's go Anastasis, Tribute, Chain Link to this, and because you can't activate stuff in response to it, I'm just kind of getting this. You can't stop yourself from being tributed. Yoink. Bye-bye! Well, we didn't get to use the Fossil Fusion stuff, but it's nice to see Go Second Megaliths able to do some very funny things. Uh-oh, they're making me go first! We found another Go Second deck. I don't want to go first. Uh-oh. Mist Valley Thunderbird. Thunder Cougar Falcon Bird. We'll wait because I want to do this. Hello. Please don't activate things in response to me. I would prefer to be unrespondable. Well, in that case, we'll do this now. Got an Ash Blossom? They do not. Let's get Ophiel. Hello there. So unrespondable, which means they can't Ash this even if they wanted to. We get Fool. Hostile Azul, I am the Fool. Activate. Summon the Hagith. Fortunately, we didn't open any of the fossil stuff, because that would have been bricks going first. Get one of these. I just realized I'm not playing the trap. Oh, because I don't plan to go first. Okay, I might be in a little danger. We get you and you. My neighbor's loud car comes to fight me once again. Yeah, we go for this. We get Fool back. Chain Link 1, draw. Chain Link 2, add back. I forget if I'm playing 2 of this guy or not. Okay, I do have 2. Gotcha. Oh hey. Send this. Search the Block Dragon. Block Dragon. You'll get caught up in it. I'm all blocked up. Yeah, we just save for follow-up. Follow-up the Block Dragon will allow us to get all the Fossil Fusion stuff on board. And we can use Mist Valley Thunderlord to gain 500 attack. Book of Eclipse. Yeah, I guess I have to stop that. I don't want everyone to go face down. Then that'll turn off my negation. Ah, unfortunate. Ah, but they didn't negate... Oh, Thunderlord's face down. Okay. We're doomed. We're not doomed. We can still make Bethor during their turn and pop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So we can just let them build, like, everything. Except they'll have a negate. Shit. We can... Super Poly. Yeah, I think Super Poly does still do it. Because we just wait for them to get, like, the big fusion on board, and then before they contribute it for 3, we can do something with it. This is 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. Yeah, because they're both Earth, I believe. Okay, so they fusion summon here. Yeah, there we go. So now we Super Poly. It's a super polymerization. Get both of these off here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do Earth. Oh, I should have activated this. Now I can't. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I forgot that this fusions instantly. I fucked up. My only hope is that they, like, tribute itself. But, like, they wouldn't, right? It wouldn't have mattered? Yeah, it would have. Because I could have chain blocked Bethor with the Anastasis and they can only negate 1. Another one. Is this guy trying to do the burn stuff? I don't think so. The burn stuff is very hard to do these days. Okay, going for Topaz. End of the main phase? Okay, I'm living, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why you did that. Okay, they kill that. The one thing you could have destroyed is the thing you didn't destroy. What? What in the Sam Hill? Okay. Alright. Let's try this. Fossil Fusion. We send this. We activate the effect. We get the Royal Fossil Fusion. Let's go Earth. Yeah, I guess we try this first. No, we try this first. Yeah. Oh, it's only during their turn. I always forget about that. Yeah, so we get Bethor, using Bethor, in attack mode. Chain Link 1. Let's go you. I think you'll already be destroyed. You, and Chain Link 2. Might as well draw 2, discard 2. There's no reason to tribute something. Blow it all up. 65, and they've got 6250. I mean, I could Fossil Fusion, I could do other stuff, but... You know, I ain't like that. I will, however, attack with Thunderlord, activate the effect, return the Fool to my hand, 500 extra! And then somewhere in a server deep in a basement in Japan, the little counter that counts whether or not something got a final hit just got its first tick for Mist Valley Thunderbird. Alrighty, so my interesting plan hasn't quite panned out the way I hoped. Unfortunately, the dice rally has been pretty sweaty. Like, we're still running into a bunch of Yummy and Vanquish Soul and, like, top decks just without the canine stuff. And the stuff we're running into that's rogue is often, like, Azamina, which unfortunately has a whole bunch of destruction protection. So our Raigekis have been almost dead. And we're also kind of limited on what hand traps we can play because half the time the dice rally forces us to start with a monster on board, so we can't really main deck the Charmies or even something like Imperm. So we're gonna try one more goofy version, mostly the same thing, but we've swapped out the Raigekis for Lava Golem, and we've also put the Megalith Emergence back in. That way, if someone forces us to go first, or in general, I think if we win the coin toss, we still try to go first because we have enough go first things we can usually do stuff. You know, maybe we'll pick to go first and we'll open nothing but the fossil engine and the lava golems, and then we'll be owned. But I think it's still worth it to try to go first. And then if we do go second, we're decked out to go second. So this is probably the last version of the deck. We'll try this, see if we can get a one or two more interesting tools before we call it a night. Alright, we have lost the coin toss, but that's fine. We don't need to win the coin toss. Alright, we got Lava Golem, we got Heavy Storm, and unfortunately we've got the ability to make a ritual summon, but we can't do it in a way that uses the Weathering Soldier. We really have to draw like a level 4 Megalith or Fool. If we get either of those two, then the Fossil Fusion portion of the engine is on. We're up against a deck we might actually be able to beat. Shining Sarcophagus. They're opening with Gandora G. Just banishing Marcura. And then they get Dark Magician Girl. Cannot be destroyed by monster effects. Okay, but Heavy Storm can do stuff. Dark Magician of Decadence. Is that what destruction? Are we playing against Dragoon? You fucking what? Playing Shining Sark, Dark Magician, Orcust. More like Dork Magician, am I right, gamers? Alright, I was like, okay, this shouldn't be as much of a cutscene. That's another big flaw of this, that I keep forgetting that, like, if you play a Go Second deck in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, you are basically committing to spending twice the amount of time trying to climb the ladder, because every duel where, like, you go second, you have to sit there and wait for them to finish to see what they build before you get a chance to play. Whereas if you're playing a go first deck, sometimes, you know, you look at your hand and you look at what your opponent's building and you can be like, okay, you got this, I can duck out. I lost the coin toss, I didn't open with any hand traps, you can build more than I can build. Let's just get out of here. But here it's like, well, especially in this rogue deck, I don't know what the fuck they're making. Dragoon is here, of course we've got the easy out to that as long as they end on anything else. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and zoom on past. Just thinking. Okay, we draw a card. That is a powerful board you have there. Here you go. Let's get rid of you and you. Oh, the counter trap. I forgot. I mean, the counter trap's going to be baited out by this, right? Heavy Storm. Yeah, so they storm there. Then we Anastasis. And then we just hope they don't have Ash Blossom. Alright, no Ash. We get Fool. We get this. And then we can just insulate our plays. Just reveal this, be like, hello, excuse me, but I can't be interacted with now. I hope you appreciate such things. Bethor, go Fool. Send off the Weathering Soldier. Time for 3 whole chain links. We're gonna go a chain link 1. We're gonna go a chain link to who? Yeah, I think we tribute. And then we do this as chain link 3 so they can't activate anything in response to it. Yeah, we get this one back. So we get this. We send you to the graveyard. We get Fossil Fusion. Check me out. I got all sorts of things I'm doing. We've got one in the graveyard. I guess all we gotta do is take care of the Babel, right? And they can't respond to anything. Okay, yeah. We do this. We go Bethor, send the Plura in attack mode, because I'm not afraid to die. And then we do this. We get rid of you. And yeah, let's go for this. It can't be destroyed, I'm dumb. Alright. Time for Fossil Fusion! Let's go, it's Skull Knight time! What if I were to banish your Dragoon? And my Rock Monster! For a man with a mighty sword! Battle phase time. Let's go, 28 into 100. 27. 28 into 0. We got him! Finally! The power of fossils and megaliths combined to defeat our opponent. Dragoon ain't nothing. Babel is, yeah, we finally got to show it off. It wasn't the best deck. It was an interesting deck, certainly. But there you go. And look, then we get to roll dice. 3 whole dice. They saw our power and they were like, yes. And with that, ladies and non-ladies, we bring this episode to a close. In the end, I made it into at least Master 5 with Megalith. Probably could have gotten to Master 4 if I stayed on the ladder, but with a 50% win rate, making it much further would have been pretty difficult. Unfortunately, while I do really like Megalith, and it's still my favorite ritual archetype, it's just fallen behind the power curve. It's a deck that requires 3 cards to get its plays started, and that just doesn't cut it in a world of 1-card combos. The new support tries to help by giving them a spell that searches 2 of the 3 pieces you need, but that's just not enough. Especially in Master Duel format, where that effect hardly resolves because everyone's playing 3 Ash Blossom to counter Max C. Still, I did manage to have a lot of fun playing Megalith. We got a lot of cool duels, I got to try out several unique builds, show off everything the deck is capable of, and I learned how the new support works, which means I'm set to play the deck in Genesis when I break it out with my friends. Regardless, now that it's both the end of the month and the end of the episode, let's take a moment to look back over our statistics for February 2026. I ended up playing 100 duels with Megalith and made it from Diamond 5 to Master 5. We won 50 of those duels and lost 50, which gives this deck an overall win rate of exactly 50%. I went through 7 builds this month, although the best version was clearly the Mega Mitsu deck behind me, which contains 13 common cards, 10 super rare cards, and 32 ultra rare cards. I spent just 2,000 gems on this month's deck, because I already had the Mitsurugi stuff, which would cost about $33 if you bought them all at the store at the standard price. Finally, all of this would not have been possible without 455 awesome patrons who help support the channel this month. 23 of those patrons donated $25 or more, so I'd like to take a moment to thank them personally. Their names are Chris, Resident RDA Enjoyer, Cat Monarch, Shadow 1317, Chris W, Gravy, Tealbeard, Dancing Joker, MBT Yugioh, Emperor Lelouch, Davon Crushin, Clockswork, JJ Squirtle, Sanguine Strawberry, Barbarians Are Us, Girgiano XG, Guy Nathaniel, the Agron Overlord, Wildcard Jr., Patu, Maximum C, It's Katsu, Boo-Hoo Bundy, LK Sun, Wasted Brawler, and Ray D TCG. If you'd like to join them, there's a Patreon link down in the description. Just $1 gets you on the Discord, $25 gets your name in the credits like those lovely people, and for $10 you can get a special role that lets you vote on what deck I play next. Speaking of which, next time on Ladder Climb, we're hopping on our motorcycles and revving up our Beyblades, I guess, as I try to climb the ladder with speedroids. If you'd like to see me attempt that in real time, you can follow me over at twitch.tv/hardleggaming, where I stream most of my duels. Otherwise, until next time, good luck and have fun.